And I'm that Cyclops Guy. I'm pretty sure you can figure out why they call me that. Or not. You can find me on all of the socials, including Twitch, Kick, TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook, and YouTube with that_Cyclops_Guy. I'm a variety streamer. I play a ton of different games, everything from Tetris to Grand Theft Auto and everything in between.
Let's do this. Hey everyone, KoimiaX here. Dad by day, gamer by night, sometime streamer, aka old man. I give the hot takes here at Garbage In, Garbage Out that nobody has asked for. I'm a variety streamer that has been streaming for 13 years now. I've been on every big platform and several small ones that don't exist anymore. If you want the most recent up-to-date information about me, just follow me on Twitter at KoimiaX. I like to collect autographed Funko Pops, football jerseys, and comics.
What's up, losers? Neodeath here, and welcome to my graveyard. I'm the third host of Garbage In, Garbage Out. We've been doing this for 3 months with all of us together. I've also been streaming the same amount of time. I stream on Twitch and then repost daily on YouTube, so go check those out. Fun little fact about me is I also love Lego. We've been having a blast doing this, communicating with fans, and also talking about gaming and entertainment news from the week.
And we would like to welcome you
to
Garbage In, Garbage Out.
Welcome to Garbage In, Garbage Out. That is our new intro. And wait a minute, 1, 2. We seem to be missing an I. There is no Cyclops today, and apparently I got Koimia with that one.
I did not expect that.
Neither did I. I just thought of it right then. But he has family things he's doing. An anniversary, like it doesn't come around every single year.
Oh, he's using my excuse, huh?
Yes.
Family. What a loser.
But with that, we do have a third person with us. We have a returning guest, the one, the only Looker!
Hey, what's up,
Looker?
guys? Hey, thanks for having me. It's good, it's good. What about yourselves?
Doing great.
You know, finding
Super
cards.
nervous about doing this without Cyclops. I'll put it out there right now. So
Totally fair.
I mean, we've already got Junior here. He's saying meep.
Oh, nice.
So, welcome, Junior.
For the record, that was hilarious. Like, I'm glad I muted my mic because I was like half a mouth sip of coffee.
Right, he's comment about Cyclops missing. Yeah. I unfortunately had a drink in mid-spit take, so... But thanks for that.
No problem. And like I said, I thought of it right then. I was like, oh, that would be perfect.
Yeah. Well played, well played. And you guys' intro, that's your first time ever playing it?
Yes, that is the first time we've done
it. Is the debut.
Very nice. So. Super good. I love how, like, the very hot take of each one of you guys. Let's do this. Yeah. Getting all psyched up, and then the Mary of the three at the end. Very well done.
There's a couple little cuts that I don't like. Like, I know on mine, I cut off, like, I said Lego and board games, and I'm like, I just want the Lego in there. And then I think Koimia's also cut off at the end because he's like, comments, and I'm done. I'm like, okay.
It took me too many takes.
Yep.
And there's a super cut out there of me just blowing a take after take after take and a few choice words. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Dark Flame popping in. Doesn't know which stream to watch.
Watch them all. Share the love to all of them. Well, so, wait. Let's rewind that. You should be watching Neodeath because he's here, and you should be watching the old man because he's here, and fuck that other guy. Now you got the Looker. I got two eyes on the situation, and I'm gonna replace the Cyclops Guy.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, we're working on trying to get it all like you were talking about consolidating our discards if we each had our own. We're
Yeah.
trying to kind of do that with the show,
Mhm.
but like we're also still broadcasting to everything at the
Yeah.
moment. So
That's the same thing we do. We're like exactly like that because at the same time as you guys are a collective group, a team, comrades, however you want to word it, right? You also want to reach your own communities and that because this is one day of the week for you guys, right?
Yeah.
And after that, you guys are individuals. You guys are people. We're our own persons and stuff like that. So, like, what we do is we are a team united 100% of the time, and we stream to our own communities. But at the same time, we're a united front. And on our things, we make decisions together. I have 50%. He has 50%. The dingy scroll for those that don't know. And I'm sure you guys are the same way.
Yeah.
It's 33, 33, 33. So yeah, it's to simplify everything. We're all individuals, we're all unique, we're all special, short bus, that kind of stuff. Don't eat the glue anymore, Robert.
oh, we're not allowed to eat that anymore?
No, they get mad.
I guess I got to get rid of my surplus.
Yeah. Well, it's better than KY at the Diddy party, so I guess you're winning still.
You speak like you've had experience?
Whoa, we don't talk about that in public.
All right, fair enough.
Okay, fair enough.
That's a waiting trial, huh?
But like you guys, for me, like because I've watched a ton of your guys' content and stuff like that. You guys are literally just a 3-man crew. We're a 2-man crew. You guys are a 3-man crew, and united, you're stronger, right? Because you all have very different opposing beliefs and opinions on games and topics and stuff like that. And it's the I like personally, right? It's not an echo chamber. Oh yeah, we all agree this game's the best. It's no, the graphics are great, the playmanship or whatever like that. You know what I mean?
I don't like a lot of things. You'll come to find out.
Yeah, for sure. We all need a little negative Nelly in our life.
Yeah, that'll be me.
Okay, perfect.
That's my. Like I said, I offer up the hot takes nobody asks for.
Okay.
But yeah. So, I know that you had some questions for Looker. I don't have them off the top of my head.
Okay.
So
yeah, I when we were on your show, you rattled off a bunch of things to us. I was like, that was kind of cool. I guess we could do that and trying to find something to do with this air, right?
Yeah.
So first one I had was like, I just had a game I was playing that I didn't like. How long do you give it? And do you just go to the next game or like, what do you do?
So I find myself, if I like a game, I'm hooked. I'm playing it. Like I breathe that game until it's completed.
Correct.
But I'm very short on games that I don't like. Like there's been games that I picked up. They looked cool. They looked fun. I played them for 3 hours. Never touched them again. Right?
Can you give us an example?
Ooh, the new Final Fantasy 11. I paid for it. I bought it when it was almost new. I played it for a few hours and it just didn't bite me. It didn't grab me. And
are you talking 16? Because 11 was an online one.
It might be. It was
11?
probably 2 years ago now.
11 and 14 were online.
Okay, it wasn't online. I bought a disc. It was on the PlayStation 4 just before the PS5 came out.
Okay, so it'd be 15.
I was just saying it's probably 15.
Yeah,
that's how much I liked it, and I literally I tried $80 for a game. It's collecting dust right now.
That's the one where you start off with the broken down car.
Yeah,
that's 15.
Yeah, I just didn't find it gripping. I didn't like the action, how the combat action sequences were and stuff like that. And I was a huge fan of number 7. Like I thought that was one of the best games for like that style of game ever.
Right.
I couldn't get myself invested into the story to make fun of to have fun with the combat play. Right? Where 7, the story drops off in a really like really thick of the story because you kind of start off in the middle, right? How you're trying to take down the plant and stuff like that, and they tell you about Sephiroth and.
You played the remake?
I know.
I wouldn't then if you don't like the combat there, because that's the same type of combat. That action combat, they've switched to that stuff.
Yeah.
And like the original 7 was turn-based combat, and those are always my favorite RPGs are the turn-based. But yeah, I don't know what they're trying to do now.
And if you look at the turn-based, have you played Clair Obscur yet?
I have not, and to be honest, I don't like turn-based at all.
Okay, but I know you
like that. You just like that story that 7 had.
It was the story that got me. My favorite video games of all time have all had really good stories or a really good a driving factor in why you try to beat the game, why you're trying to get there, right? And that's like even in movies and entertainment and stuff like that. If you don't tell me what the point of me watching your movie is, I'm gonna watch 20 minutes and then all of a sudden you see my cell phone pop up in front of my face. I have a low attention span. But it's the story that gets me. Just like people that are entertaining, if they're passionate, if they're energetic, I'm hooked. If you're talking like this the whole time, I'm wandering off. I'm chasing butterflies. And I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to be rude about it. Like it's not a dislike. It just I can't. That attention is just not there, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the game I was playing was Tron Catalyst. It just came out this week. And I'm like, oh, it's a Tron game. I saw it was like hack and slash. I'm like, hey, this could be fun.
Really?
And and I played it for like 2 hours. And like, I hated the way, like you were saying, the story was going. It would give you little cutscenes, but then there would be all this blah, blah of talking to the NPC. They would talk. You would talk. They would talk. You would talk. I'm like, okay, can we get this? I started speeding through. I'm like, come on, I don't even care what you're saying. Let's just go to the objective. And then I'm like, the combat wasn't that fun. It was like one button. That's all you're pressing. Just one button. Oh, you may dash out a little bit, do one button. And then I looked at the like skill tree and there was like nothing to it. All it was like more dodge or something else. And I'm like, where the fuck's the attacks?
Yeah.
Like whenever I'm building a character in one of those games, I'm just grinding the attacks because I figured the more damage I can do with them, the faster they drop, and I move on to the next one.
So you're telling me that when you play games, you build your characters like the Punisher. You have no defense. You're all just rage and attack. And if you can't punch your way through it,
he's gonna Leroy Jenkins the entire game.
Okay.
Pretty much. Yeah. Like that's why I can't do the Souls games because you have to fucking block.
Yeah,
I can't just get in there, just pummel them, and they're just kind of like stun locked as you're getting pummeled, and then they're dead. Like you can't do that in those games. So I'm like, fuck.
You know what I think you would enjoy is the Like a Dragon games, the Yakuza. Those, I mean, those stories in and of themselves are fantastic, and then the combat, like it used to be turn-based, but they kind of went to the action, and I actually prefer the action more than the turn-based. So like the newer ones that have that Like a Dragon, hyphen whatever, like the newest one I think is Infinite Wealth or something like that. Those are fantastic.
Yeah, so I played one of the older ones, Yakuza. I played one of the older ones when it was free in the PlayStation Store. Like, how the PlayStation Plus membership, you get free games or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I got it free with that, and I probably pumped a good 7,500 hours into it. I thought the story was fantastic. Wasn't really a fan of the action economy within the game, but the story was really good, and that's what got me. And I literally just raced through all the action to hear the story. Right? Yeah.
Junior.
Go ahead.
Junior pops in here. Says the Order 1886 was junk. The game was nothing but attack reaction button mash with film of what's going on.
Yes.
No actual movement or choices. I mean, there was like some movement of running from point A to point B to watch 14 more minutes of cutscene.
But I mean, that did have a good story to it. Like,
it did. It really did.
It wasn't bad, but yeah, it was not a video game. It was an interactive movie.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, there are some companies that put out the interactive movies that are phenomenal. I mean, look at what's his name, David Cage, that he did with like Heavy Rain and Christ, what are the other games now? There's the one with Willem Dafoe and Ellen Page. Detroit is another one of his. Yeah, Prophecy and Indigo Prophecy was one of his. Those are great, but you're walking into a movie pretty much playing. A playing movie. So
yeah, but those ones gave you like a little bit more, like he said, like options. It wasn't just go to here, start a video, go to here, start a video.
Yeah, to an extent. I mean, Heavy Rain had a lot of like, okay, now let's, I mean, you're kind of a detective, so it's like, all right, let's check this scene now for clues and all of that. Whereas Detroit had more action.
Played the one. Yeah, the one I know of is Detroit. That's the one I played and platted.
Heavy Rain's a good one. Detroit's a good one. Beyond Two Souls. That was the one with Willem Dafoe and Elliot Page.
Oh, that's the one they're always like raving about.
That's a great game. Yeah.
Did you say you platinumed Detroit?
Yes, I'm pretty sure I did.
Oh.
I platinumed Heavy Rain, and I was working on Detroit. I have to go back and finish Detroit.
That's good for you. Good for you. There's very few games that have platinum in my whole life. Most of the time, once I beat a game,
really?
Yeah, right. Like,
I just actually got my 100th plat with the Midnight Walk. That was my 100th plat just now.
I need to go back and play more of that.
It's a good game. I love the atmosphere. The story was good. Like, it was fun.
Yeah.
So when you platinum a game, do you literally just like play it over and over again, kind of thing like that, or do you like set yourself up to like where you're specifically targeting different missions or different objectives?
It really depends on how the game is set up. Like some of them, you have to go back through and play it all the fuck way over and make different choices. Or sometimes you can like stage select and go here, make a different choice, and then continue on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you definitely like nowadays. You definitely have to watch like YouTube videos to make sure you get them all, and that's how I got a lot of them. Is
I 46.
You play it on the hardest difficulty first, and then check off down this way. I think the hardest ones, like I said, were the Uncharted series, all of them. I got platinums on all of them, and that was the hardest fucking thing ever because you had to play on ultra hard and almost like one shot you're dead. And in each one there was usually like a room where there's just swarms of guys coming at you, and you got to get your ammo, you got to shoot them, and it's like, holy fuck. I know I was stuck on, I think it's the third one, in that same spot for a good probably month, just yelling and screaming, throwing the controller because I could not get past it.
So
there's
were you a streamer at that time when you were like working through the Uncharted? No. See, I think that would be super entertaining, like especially for a game. Like I played Uncharted, I loved it. Far Cry was another game I absolutely loved. And most of them, I played a lot of them. Primal was my favorite for the record, but no one asked.
Primal was awesome.
Yeah, so good, and I played it with my mom as well, so it was kind of like a fun time,
bonding moment.
But I know the struggles of that the Far Cries and that, 'cause I don't even play on the hardest difficulty. I played on like a little more than normal, like not the hardest, but the second hardest, and I struggled, man. Oh, there were some parts where literally you grab your controller, you put it down, I need a cigarette, man. Like I'm coming back tomorrow.
There's several games that I have that I'm literally just one trophy away from the platinum, and it's because beat it on the hardest difficulty, like Mass Effect 2. I literally just have to beat that on the hardest difficulty, and I'd have the plat for that. And I'm just like, fuck that. I don't have the time or the patience or the health to put up with that bullshit.
We've said it before. I mean, when I get mad, I get raging, and the shit that comes out of my mouth. And I don't know if people actually want to hear that, so I try.
You want to talk about raging? You should hear my wife with Lego games. It can get really entertaining with some of the
Really?
shit she said. Oh God.
Yeah, I just don't know if people actually want. I know they want to see a reaction while you're playing a game, but I don't know if they're going to stick around long enough for me to. Because the other problem is like, so if I hit a wall, I'm gonna fucking hit that wall over and over until I get past it, or I throw my controller and say, "Fuck this."
That's why you should stream a Souls game.
Honestly, I believe because like there's a big difference between the fact when people get mad, they're genuinely mad, and there's a difference between people when they're like, oh, this fucking game, they're worked up and they're passionate about it, right? You don't come across as the kind of guy that's like punching his TV and throwing his kid down the stairs. Like, you don't have that vibe to me personally. I don't know you personally, but you know what I mean, right? So I think it'd be fun to watch someone that's like has a record of trying to beat hard games, platinum and stuff like that, and watching them struggle and being there like, oh man, I don't know if he's ever going to do it, man. This guy, holy crap, he's pretty mad. It's that fun moment of like you're almost rooting for him to lose, and then also being there to watch him finally make that moment, and then just take that as a clip, right? You're like, oh,
Yeah.
you got it, right? And
Right.
to see that the video of that, the passion of that, especially if you're live in chat in that moment of like, fuck yeah, bud, good for you. Like, I think it'd be a fun moment for people that enjoy the game to watch someone else, because like they get empathize with that. They've been there, they know, right? I think it would be cool, but that's just my hot take on the matter.
Yeah, I just started playing Lost in Random: The Eternal Die. That came out last week, and that one plays a lot like Hades and those types of games. And there's been several points where I'm like, this fucking game, I tell you, But yeah, I get what you're saying, because I was streaming it the first play. I'll probably be doing more of that tonight, actually. But my kids were watching me play, because the first boss, it was one of those where I died like 7 times, finally beat it, and then in the next level died. And my son was like, well, now do you have to go through that first level again? I'm like,
Yes.
So, but I get
maybe
what you're
that's
saying.
again why I don't like the roguelites also. Like, and that's kind of what that Tron Catalyst kind of felt like, because there was a point where you would do a certain thing, you would unlock a door, and you would like rewind and restart, but then that door was unlocked for your next like playthrough.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is not what I thought this was gonna be.
I didn't even know that, honestly, there was a Tron game coming. So,
yeah, a friend of mine sent it to me like a month ago. He's like, you should try this. I'm like, okay. And I put it on my wish list, and it came out, and then I tried it. I was like, well, fuck. But then I immediately went to a different game called Chronicles of the Wolf that also came out this week, and that is fantastic. It's
some other one I've never heard of.
I've seen it. It was a Facebook ad and then I've looked at it. It's a Castlevania game. Basically, it's Castlevania, but you're going after like a werewolf. But it's the same type play style, and you get to equip weapons, you gain levels. So it's like
retro graphic, or is it like new graphic?
It's like it's 2.5D type things. Okay. So it's side scrolling. The only problem I have with that one is like, one, it doesn't have like you can't turn down the in-game music, which is super repetitive. And then also the controls just need a little fine tuning.
Yeah.
What did Dark Flame say?
So I had that with a streamer. He was playing Dark Souls 2 hitless on a sax controller, and he kept on the one hit, and then after a couple of months he finally did it, and I was actually cheering and clapping in my chair because I was so happy.
So Dark Flame, were you honestly like happy for him? That's the question, right? Like, as someone viewing content and stuff like that, like were you emotionally invested in his success? About hitting that wall and finally making it? Yeah, exactly. But like when you saw it, were you like, it's like watching a kid grow up and he learns how to ride his bike when they sit the pedal by themselves down the road. And right. Your little dad heart just melts a little bit, right? That kind of thing like that. Was it? I know it's different, but that's how I perceive people going through those hurdles in gaming, and you're watching there and you're in that moment, right? That's how I think people would feel. especially if you've watched him for the last 3 months die at the same guy over and over again.
I mean, there is a guy that does that on Twitch and YouTube called Grand Pooh Bear, and he plays the hardest NES games from back in the day and cuts it up his videos, at least on YouTube, and plays it out of him dying, and having to redo it because it was Nintendo. You had no save.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I really wanted him to make it, and he really deserved it. Maybe even a little proud. Okay.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I've watched his videos, and yeah, he's played the hardest shit that was on the NES, and I'm like, that could not be me. I'd be
yeah.
Fucking Battletoads.
Yeah. Fester's Quest, he's done. Eco the Dolphins. Those were super hard.
Fester's Quest.
Yeah.
That game, that one and Gremlins 2. That one was a bitch as well.
All right.
So
yeah.
But yeah. So what game are you playing now then, Booker?
I'm currently not playing any game whatsoever.
Really?
Wow.
So we have 2 more sessions in my D&D that we're having right now. Literally, we're right before the big final finale and stuff like that. And once that's completed, I will be, for the very first time, the DM. In saying that and being that, I have created a whole world, a metaverse within D&D. I've created like all the maps, all the everything on this app and platform called Sigil. It's through D&D Beyond. It's a new 3D tabletop, and you have like tokens, but you have to create all your maps and scenes and all that kind of stuff like that.
Oh, geez.
So within the last, I've been working on this big time the last few months, and I wrote the story, I wrote the synopsis, broke down into each chapter, and then I had to rewrite the whole thing because I was like, it was super structured. Like, the guys have to go through that door. Right. And I was like, that's not fun. That's not fun for people. I don't want it to be a train ride for the people. I wanted it to be a world. So, okay. So then I had to break apart my story so that it's like every time you finally cross that threshold, that's when the next chapter starts. You can wander around, explore, fight. You can do whatever you want. And the chapters start at threshold. So if you don't go through that doorway, that doesn't happen until you get there. So if you want to go back and loot those goblins over there, go ahead. The choice is yours. So I had to restructure how I wrote it and then also make all the maps to fit all the chapters and stuff like that. So that's what I've been doing with my free time. So I haven't played a video game, a little bit of COD on Fridays with Dingy, and I'm talking 2 hours at a time. So I've really been just trying to create this world because I wrote a story. I thought it was awesome. There's a lot of like big twists. I'm a very big fan of like the first episode. I'm going to tell you what the end is, and you're not going to know it until you get to the end. And then you're going to be like, oh, you said, oh, wow. Right. And then I'm also trying to, all the people that are playing, they've given me their backstories. This is the character I'm going to build and blah, 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 blah. And now I'm trying to take the snippets of who they are as people, characters, and I'm trying to implant them into my story so that I can make it personal for each person. Like, there's going to be a moment where, Neo, you're going to meet your father, and he's going to turn out to be a big douchebag, and you're going to have to chop his head off, or he's going to live long and prosper and pillage people. Right? Like, I'm trying to make it so there's consequences for everybody's action and stuff like that. So I've created this world. I'm about 15 maps deep into it. And
Jeez.
Yeah, because like I want it to be like a world.
Right.
So I'm almost done. I'm about 2 weeks away from the finale of it. And yeah, we're going to be starting season 2. It'll be my very first time DMing. And I just think that it'll be fun. I like stories. I think I'm a good talker, and I'm going to narrate the games like this, so that deep action invested.
You're going to take out your NPR voice?
Exactly. And then from all of the campaigns, so I've played 3 campaigns of D&D now. I have my characters and a few of the favorite characters that I've played with, like the people that I've physically played with. I've taken their characters and implanted them into my story. Okay. So my last character, who in the story that I'm playing right now, his name's Nasa. He's an old monk. He talks really soft and very calm. He's going to be 20 years older in the game, and he's going to be like the tour guide for the team.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Right.
They unless you've watched the stream, like me playing D&D, you won't realize that he's that character. And then I have like a big surprise twist with my character because he's my guy. I can do whatever the fuck I want with him. So I'm going to. I've invested a lot of time into the fuckery with it. I want to fuck around a little bit and let everybody else find out, and hopefully create fun moments with that. Yeah, so I haven't played much video games whatsoever, so I've just been in this world of creating to hopefully share something that I've enjoyed with people that I enjoy.
Nice.
And that sounds awesome.
And you say you do your campaign every Wednesday here on Twitch, correct?
Yeah.
So that actually is perfect because those are some of my questions. When was your first time you started playing D&D? Was it when you were a kid, or is it like now?
Like 4 months ago.
4 months ago, you started playing D&D.
My neighbor, he's a DM right now for us. His name is Sage. That's not his real name, of course, but he has a immaculate
badass if it was.
Yeah, very much so. But
I'm Sage.
He has this like old rustic table in his basement, okay, and he has a TV mounted on the inside with the screen facing up. So when you put your characters on there, they're literally the maps interactive and stuff like that. And he invited me over. Like, he's a cool guy. We're neighbors.
I was gonna say he sounds like he's really into it if he's already got that.
Yeah, well,
I've seen those before.
The one room in his basement is literally a dungeon. The little bar, like the wet bar that you'd have in his basement, literally looks like an old tavern bar.
Nice.
Right? He has a dragon model on his head, skeletons. His lights in his basement, they flicker like real flames. So it has that ambiance, right? So he invited me over, and I was like, I'll give it a shot. I'm not really into that stuff, but why not? It's like, he's a nice guy, invited me. I'll be polite and go. And I walked in not knowing what it was, and I sat down, and I swear to God, I left like this. At the end of it, I had so much fun, and just his friends were super like welcoming. They were like, "Hey man, this is how you do it. Like, let's get you a character." And I was like, "Oh, I really want this to be a character." Like, cool, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Like, really? I could do that? They're like, yeah, of course. And I honestly just had fun, and it was the first time as an adult that I had like just like good old wholesome fun with no pressure of anything else outside of video games. Right? Because that's when we all game together. It's fun. We have a good time. We're not worried about our wives and our kids and jobs and rent and mortgages, none of that shit. We're just in the moment having fun with people we like.
Right.
Okay.
So playing D&D with them, that it gave me that. I literally would go over there every Saturday for like 3 or 4 hours. We'd play a game, and we had fun. We played make-believe. It was cool. Yeah.
So the first time you did it, was it a one-shot, or did you join their campaign they already had going?
Yeah, I joined their campaign that they already had going. It was the Curse of Strahd, right? So a super complex campaign.
It's already kind of laid out. Like, he's just going off of it. Okay.
Yeah. And the DM, his name was Keith, and he was one of like a super. He was a movie buff, so it was like, the barrel rolls down the stairs, and you hear it boom boom. Boom, boom, as it hits to the bottom. And as you look down at the feet, you pan up. And you guys have saw the Predator movie, right? Where it pans up and you see Predator for the first time, or Alien for the first time, and it pans up and you see wet feet, blood dripping from it. You look up and Strahd is standing there. And I was like, holy crap, I got chills, man. Like, he was super graphic and very passionate about how he described everything and how he tried to immerse everybody into the story. Sold. So I like a good story, and I like a good storyteller. And I was like, man, I left like I struck his hand like, man, thank you. That was so cool. And then later on, he kills, bringing it back or what I said earlier, he literally killed my father in front of me. My whole backstory was I'm looking for my dad. So I found my dad, and then the main bad guy literally slit his throat, and you're next, boy. And I literally like audibly gasped like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like, I was shocked. Like, why would you do that? Like, that's my. Wasn't my real dad, but that felt like it.
Like, what do I do now? Now you have a new purpose. You have to go avenge your father, right?
Exactly. And in the moment, I didn't think that, right? I was just like kind of shocked. Like, wow, that's pretty dark, dude. Like, that's a little bit fucked up. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking kill that guy. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna get him, and I'm gonna do that to him. And at the grand finale, he gave me the opportunity to do that.
Nice.
Right, so it really tied it all in, and for like a guy that's never played it, never even tried anything like that, it was fun.
And then you roll a 1.
Yeah, well, luckily the dice were good to me that day.
Yeah.
Right.
Poke them with your knife. You know?
Yeah.
It reminds me of that T-shirt that I saw. What was it? It was like you roll a 1 and tickle the orc. The orc is uncomfortable, or something like that. Yeah. But
Yeah.
So
and then,
when
go ahead.
you're gonna do your game, how are you gonna try and get people to funnel in? Especially like if Dingy's playing with you, like how do you control that? Like how are you gonna try and get them to go through said door, like you said, to continue the story? Because they can go fuck around out here, but eventually they gotta go there to continue your story.
So I've placed a few a DM who does voice acting and shit. It really adds something to the whole game instead of a DM that's just telling what's going on. Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
So I had to answer that question because Dingy's one of those people. He likes to buck the system and stuff like that. He's
oh yeah,
he's a special guy.
I could tell what kind of character he would play and what he would do.
Yeah. I created the Lost Forest within my game. So no matter what, all the roads lead through the Lost Forest. Okay. So, and there's no signs, there's no nothing, and the map rotates every time you go in. I've created it so the map rotates one spin. If you're smart, you can like map it out because of the trees and stuff like that and figure it out. But if they're like, hey, I need them to go to the next part, we've been dawdling here for the last half an hour, I'll literally just turn the map back one. And if worst case scenario, if they're like, hey, they still picked the wrong way, fuck guys, and then I'll just pull up the right one and, oh yeah, you guys figured it out, yay. Right? Because it's all, the story doesn't have to be anything. It could just make them. Right.
That's always the hard time because I've done a little DMing, just a little bit with my friends back in the day when we played D&D. This was like 3rd edition or whatever, way the fuck back there. It was just a weird fucking story I wanted to run. It was almost like a one shot. And it all came about because like my friend said something about a barking spider or something. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna use that. And you had to go up against a fucking barking spider. So you heard the bark first, you think, oh, a dog's coming or something, and it's big fucking giant ass spider, and you got
that barks.
That. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's fucking awesome. I don't even remember the rest of the story. I was like, no, remember is that part.
So you essentially created a character on a fart.
Pretty much. And then like the other thing we would do is like we would fuck around like, all right, I'm gonna roll to see whatever you fight, and you just roll random dice, go through the monster book and go, can you take that? We'll dumb it down a little bit. All right, you're fighting that. I had it the first time that my group took 2 hours to get up the stone spiral stairs, including tapping and rolling down and starting back over. Wow.
Just the touch on your spider thing. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I got a big scar on my forehead.
Yep.
Right? Okay. That scar is from a spider bite.
You're a wizard, Harry.
No, I wish. Nothing. The only thing that comes out is if you pull the finger, not if you point the finger.
And the spider shows up.
Yeah, I got bit in the face by a spider. Like a big ass spider landed on my face. I went to knock it off and it bit me. And I swear it was like a softball. It was so big. It covered up my face like that. And I went to the hospital. And that scar is from it stretching so hard and then ripping open. That my
what kind of spiders do you got in Canada?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ!
They have the barking spiders.
It was a wolf spider, right? Like, and they're not crazy. It just turns out I'm allergic to them. So, like, they're not venomous or nothing like that. It just bit me and it swelled up, and just because your skin on your face is tight,
right?
It just split open.
Man,
so I was gonna say, okay, checking Canada off of places to visit.
No Australia, no Canada.
Yeah, doesn't Australia have the ones where they all like live in the trees and come down?
The crab spiders that you see on the side of the walls and shit. Yeah.
No, those places you'd see me with a big old torch.
Right.
Burn it with fire.
All right. Yeah. Suddenly something moves, it's gone.
Yeah. But yeah. I got a big nasty scar on my face from that.
Yeah, but the chicks dig it, I bet.
No, I only got one chick nowadays, so
I mean, that was a cool thing. You're like, yeah, I got a cool story about.
I got into a fight with a spider
and lost,
and
guys.
lost.
Like it'd be different if I came out, the spider was all in a cast and something like that. But no, I came out, my face was all fucked up, just massive, and it happened at work. So my work called.
He's like, you fucker. Just...
my work called the wife and it was like, hey, your husband, like, there's an accident at work, blah 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 blah
Oh
blah.
man, and she's
panicking and she called me. I FaceTime and my head's all massive. She's like, oh my god.
Oh no, that's perfect way to freeze. It's his turn.
Oh, wait. We've lost the looker.
Yeah, there he is. There it is. There it is. That was the perfect freeze you had there, all screwed up.
Thanks, pal.
No problem.
It's happened to all of us now.
Yeah, we're all screwed up.
So...
Here. Yeah, it's your turn. Instead of us having the difficulties, it's the guest's turn.
Nice.
Okay. But yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna go on to my next question. So if you have
go. No, I'm good.
So the design we have up here of your looker 204 and your background, where did you get those from? Did you design them? Did you have somebody design them?
I'm way too cheap to pay someone else for stuff. I made them all my emotes, logos, designs, everything. I hand drew on most of them on Canva. And literally you just zoom right in, you get them. Literally I just made them. I made Dingies as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Especially this looker one. I thought you had somebody do it, or you had Chat GTP or somebody do it.
No, it's literally, if you look like the bigger version, like in my actual logo, I don't use the whole background of it. I use just like the cutout with the clear background. It's literally just a picture. I just made a copy of it, put it on top of itself, and then like faded it a little bit. But yeah, it's just one of those things where
they look professional. That's why I thought you had somebody make them. I forgot to ask when I was on your show 2 weeks ago or whatever it was. I was like, I want to know how you had to do it.
You can see my imperfections here where I cropped my picture. Yeah. You can see like the perfect line, and on this side it's faded nicely. Right? And just the way it literally sat on my monitor. And then once I locked it all in and all that kind of stuff like that, I did the book.
Yeah, you're sitting there nitpicking. You're like, I could have done that better. I should have done this and that. Yeah, I have a hard time of like when I am designing things, like locking things down, going, okay, that's what I want. I'm like, oh, I could do this, and then I have this, I have this, I have this. And I'm like, whoa. I have a hard time picking between two different versions of things that I've done.
Yeah. See, and that's one of my blessings is that Dingy and I, like literally when we're doing them, we're literally working together on them. Okay, what do you think of this? Okay, we'll add this. We'll blah, blah, blah. Because like the DNL gaming is literally our everything. Because my old logo used to be this white, blue here and black. And his was the red and black. So we're like, okay, well, we'll have a little bit of each of ours. We'll put them on the opposite side of each other. And then when I was making my logo, my hat was like a lighter blue, but it didn't show well. So I made it black. And then I was like, oh, there's too much black in my logo. I'll make my hat red. Turns out I never wore a red hat my whole life. So I had to buy this hat to match my logo. So that when I'm streaming, I got a red hat to match the logo. Right. And the wife's like, look, she didn't call me the looker, but she's like, looker, you really got to like back away from the video games. Put the controller down, take a deep breath, have a coffee, relax. Because it was a thing, like trying to justify it. No, baby, I need to buy a red hat. Why? Because I made a cartoon image of myself and I need to match it.
Right? I mean, same thing with this shirt. I literally bought this shirt because I know I'm going to be streaming Donkey Kong when it comes out. I'm like, I need a shirt with Donkey Kong on it for when I do that stream. And the wife's like, the fuck? She's like, did you buy me one? I'm like, I didn't know you wanted one. It was for my stream. Like, and I'm like, well, I might as well wear it today.
I just don't care. I just
that's
whatever I'm wearing. I think I got the tossers on today. Yeah, it's a band from Chicago. Yeah, no,
right.
But But that's cool in its own self, though. Like I have a stack of old band shirts and stuff like that. Like I think that's cool, especially if like it's a band you went and seen or you know them of some sort. I think it's cool, like, right? Like I'm not a big fan of the people that wear Nirvana shirts and like, oh, what's your favorite Nirvana song? They're like, I don't know. Like,
oh, you're one of them
like
people.
Metallica or,
yeah, like, gatekeeper.
Well, no, whoa! It's not the gatekeeping factor. It's more the like it like represents stuff that you like, right? If you're gonna wear a Tossers shirt, that's cool. Do you know them? Is it a thing? Does it have some sort of significance to you? No is an acceptable answer, but if it's a mainstream thing, at least bullshit me. Right? How hard is it? Top 10 Nirvana songs, and you memorize Teen Spirit, Teen Spirit, Teen Spirit.
Well, I mean, you're right. How do you not know that song for one?
Yeah.
Right.
Fair enough.
Especially if you're gonna wear it, right? And if it's just like an underground band and stuff like that, oh no, you're supporting a local band from your community. Oh, what a bad guy, right? Like,
right.
Okay, I see. I'll give that to you.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
No problem. So yeah, no. The only thing I try to keep consistent is I'll either wear my hat that I have on now, or if I feel like wearing my Dubby hat for days that I feel like I'm plugging the brand that somewhat sponsors me, I'll wear their hat. But other than that, it's just whatever I happen to be wearing at the moment.
Fair.
Yeah, so the same thing with the mohawk. I always feel like I have to keep it up. Like I used to like wash it out, obviously, after I was done with work, and now I'm keeping it going because I'm doing it with my streams, and that's kind of my brand or how people know me. So I'm like, crap. So I only get like one day of it like down.
I mean, honestly,
after I do the podcast, I go wash it out, and then my stream.
I think
afterwards.
Cyclops has it the easiest. He just has to show up. He's missing a fucking eye. He's like there.
He is his own brand.
He literally is walking. His walking. Yeah. So. But.
Well, so do you regret having to have to always wear the red hat?
I don't always wear it and stuff like that. I'm not that loyal to the logo and stuff like that. On the podcast, I try to. I don't like red at all. It's not my color. On the podcast, I try to and stuff like that. I love my black hat. I got just a generic plain Jane black hat. It fits so nice. It's comfy. It feels good. So often you'll see me wearing it. It's 99% of the time is just because I forgot that I was wearing it. So I come on the stream and fuck sakes. Well, I ain't getting up now, so it's part of the show.
Right.
Fair enough.
I'm so glad I don't have to think about all those things. Yeah. Dark Flame is another streamer here on Twitch, which I should give her a shout out. She just has one of those avatars and then does the voiceover. And, that's the VTuber.
A VTuber, yeah.
Is that what it's called? Okay.
Yeah, it's called a VTuber. We have a friend in our
community. I never had
that. Her name is Jinkapus, and she's a VTuber streamer as well. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Typically, from my experience, VTubers are very they're good communicators. Like they're very much storytellers. They're very much because like they have to sound out their personality, as where someone like me, because I'm animated, I'm talking with my hands and stuff like that, I can show you my personality. They have to sound out their personality, so it's easier once you're emotionally invested to them as a friend or whatever like that. It's like it's different, but it's cool. I dig it, and it's super hard to make VTubers unless you pay someone else to do it for you. Whew, I tried. No.
That's the thing that I'm always impressed with is some of the shit that I've seen the VTubers using is just like, my God, I tip my hat to them because I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So
I do have some bad news though, guys.
You got to go.
My wife's literally standing right there and she's giving me that. So
Judge Judy.
I gotta run. Yeah. Oh yeah, and she's the Judge Judy, trust me, I do not want to piss her off. Also, see me on Monday with a big shiner. I don't want to talk about it, guys.
All right.
I do really appreciate you guys having me on. I'm gonna keep you guys up on my PC here and keep you guys lurking, and hopefully we chat soon.
Hopefully, yeah.
Sounds good. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah, my
Appreciate
pleasure.
you
Thanks.
coming in and filling in the spot with the eyes.
My man. I got 2, so I'll leave one behind for him.
Okay, good.
Later,
Fair enough.
guys.
See
Have
ya.
a good one, Looker.
All right. So now the real fun begins.
Yeah, now we really got to fill the air. All right, what did Dark Flame say is here? Oh,
She
thank you
said,
so
"Thank you
much
for
for
the
the
shout out."
shout out. Yes, no problem. Appreciate all the shout outs you
You
give
know,
to
I don't
me in
know.
your stream.
I don't know if I fucking follow Dark Flame.
Please do. Go
I
do that right
should.
now. And all of you should also go do that. Still want to have a better model though. And then bye, Looker.
I'll have to do that.
Where do you get? I don't even know where you get those things from because they're very like animated and moving and like they kind of sync with your mouth. So I'm very curious about how that works.
I know that you can like Looker was saying, you can pay people to design all that shit for you.
Oh, sure.
And but I know a lot of VTubers want to do their own as well. But yeah, the whole motion capturing of it and all that's what really blows my mind is what type of setup do you have to have to do that, because I've seen some where it's like they must be wearing a bodysuit or some shit because these people will be doing like actual actions, standing up like you do when you're streaming,
Mm-hmm.
and their avatar is doing the exact same thing. So like they must have like body suits or some suit shit because it's insane.
Okay, I've not seen one that technical. At least I don't think I guess I wouldn't know.
There's one, I can't remember her name right now off the top of my head, but it's hilarious. I love watching her because she's a complete spaz. I've only really seen her clips in Facebook, but I can't remember her name. But yeah, I'll find that link and send it to you.
Would you?
You stop it.
Yeah, it's
But
just the head that tracks. I use my webcam to follow my head movements. Okay. Very cool. Good to know. And then what did Junior come back? In the raw, it's just linking actions to triggers. Face rig to good is good at computing actions and placing them on triggers. Okay. Good to know. Thanks for letting us know that.
D4RK. I'm doing a search for Dark Flame right now.
Oh. Couldn't you have just clicked the link in the thing?
No. Because I'm not using Twitch
that's right.
right
You're
now.
not going through Twitch.
I'm not going through Twitch. I'm going through Beam.
My bad.
So I'll look
I mean,
Dark Flame.
So I guess that's something we can talk about. Good old Twitch and what they're doing.
Jesus Christ! Yes, they need to calm the fuck down, don't they?
With the bands that they started, or at least the one I know of, Nutty
for sure. And I've heard of a couple other ones.
I've heard a couple of other ones. For she comes back here and says, "Thank you, KoimiaX."
No problem. As soon as I find you, I'll follow you. Probably after this stream.
But yeah, like what is going on with Twitch that they're all of a sudden cracking down on some obscure and outdated language in their stuff? Like I thought we got over this when they finally said you could multi-stream.
Right.
And they make it so vague because I watched a video that Nettie did on what their things are, and I think you posted it too. Do you have that picture? Can we bring that up?
I can pull it up here. Hold on.
What's up, Slayer? How's it going? Thanks for joining the podcast here. Appreciate it.
It's saved on my iPad.
That's fine. But like the terms of service are so vague, and it's pretty much says that you have to like engage more with your audience on Twitch than any other. Like, how the fuck do you do that?
Yeah, so here's the three following guidelines that they've established. You ensure the quality of Twitch users' experience of your simulcast is at minimum no less than the experience on other platforms or services, including your engagement with the Twitch community, for example, via chat. The second one is you should not provide links or otherwise direct your community to leave Twitch for your simulcast or other services because we value the community on Twitch and the integral role community engagement plays for all Twitch users. So no linking your OnlyFans, Neo. And then yeah, there you go.
That's what you're reading, right? Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm reading. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Keep going. Keep reading.
The third one there, you do not use third-party services to combine activity from other platforms or services on your Twitch stream during your simulcast, such as merging chat or other features to ensure the Twitch community is included the entirety of the experience of your live stream. So what that tells me is basically like I have, because I stream through Beam and Twitch is one of the outputs that I have going, it's going to, I have all the chats showing up on my stream, like on as an overlay. Now I have it set up so that it doesn't show what platform says what, but I mean, if you're an avid Twitch viewer, you're going to know who's not on my Twitch platform and that's talking to me and things like that.
But like they're being like they say you have to engage mostly with Twitch. Like how do you like Nutty said, how do you quantify that?
I get that.
Oh, you said talk to the YouTube person 2 times and he only talked to the Twitch person once. Like what?
Right. And that's why I have like my platforms omitted in my chat, because then I'm just saying the person's name, and to the untrained eye all those chats are going to show up as being in the same chat room, or chat channel. And I don't know how Twitch plans on policing that. I think it's kind of ridiculous that, in theory, for the providing links to direct away from Twitch, that considers, if you think about it, any donations that you may have set up through like Streamlabs or anything like that.
Or even the Extra Life. Or
like exactly. Extra Life, the charities that you're doing. Like I have a merch store, and I could say, hey, you can go here and buy this hat. Is that going to get me banned because I'm directing you away from Twitch? It's like, it's a very fucking slippery slope.
Right.
And, especially when you can set up panels on your profile within the Twitch extensions to these outside links. Right. Like there is there is an extension for your Extra Life, and,
well, I mean, even on your panel, they give you a spot where you can just put a link in. And I literally just did this yesterday. I put my link tree in there. So Are they going to come after me because I put my link tree on there and it makes it easier to get to all my shit at one point?
Right. But does your link tree include a link to Kick? Because that's where they would probably
it goes to my Kick, it goes to my Twitch, it goes to the show, it goes to my YouTube, all the things. Also, for example, if you have 5 active people watching on YouTube and 1 non-active lurker on Twitch, you wouldn't be allowed to interact with the YouTube people? Yeah,
exactly.
Just doesn't make any sense.
Junior comes in here and says, I have a feeling it's going to be just like the no copyrighted music thing. Nothing will happen. Well, see, and that's the other side of it, too, is the way Twitch's bans work. I mean, you could have 5 people all banned for the same thing. Person 1's banned for a day. Person 2 will be banned for a week. Person 3 a month, but then because they apologize, it'll be 3 days. There's no rhyme or reason cohesive set rules.
Right. And then also, like, when Nutty did get banned, like, they didn't even give him like a specific, this is what you did, don't do this again.
They never do. I've seen people banned,
was like
and they're
very generic.
You broke our terms and services. Okay, well, which part? You
What
know,
did I do?
how can
And then
I?
the other thing I think it says on here is that they will get a warning. Yeah, at the very bottom, we'll send you a warning prior to taking any enforcement actions. Nutty didn't get that. He just got
claims.
banned.
My question is this: did he check his spam folder?
I mean, I guess, but I could see it on them. They're just like, oh, you know what? We feel like enforcing this today.
I could totally see them doing that too. And another thing is it could be, did somebody report his channel? You know, somebody who doesn't like what he's doing said, "Hey, look, he's got fucking multi-chat going," or you know,
I mean,
he's
he totally like advertised it too. Like, I even got one of his, like, his own custom thing where you can put all of them in there, and then all of a sudden this happens. So I think it's because he was starting to, you know, get something off of it, you know, more traffic away from them. But he even in his videos, he says he loves Twitch. He's always trying to, you know, give them the benefit of the doubt, whereas everybody's just like, fuck Twitch, we're going wherever the fuck they're going, you know. But it, you know, it makes it hard when you take your one person that's always advertising for you and shit on them.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. You know, it's stories like these that make me go, okay, I'm leaving Twitch again, you know, and then I'll come back because, quite honestly, like I said in my intro, I've been on pretty much every big platform out there and a bunch of little ones that some don't even fucking exist anymore. And, you know, it's Twitch is kind of like that. You need that fix. You know, it's an established platform. You know, because a lot of people got their start there because at the time it was the only platform. So that's where you probably have your biggest following, where, you know, I mean, even now, most of my interactions do come from my Twitch viewers. Because even though I've been gone for X amount of time, I come back and they get that notification, oh, hey, Koimia's live, boom. Hey, what's up, man? You know, like, it's like coming home to an old dog. You know, like it's still going to love you, but at the same time,
gonna wag its tail and go, "Hey, how's it going?"
And then it's going to piss all over your floor. You know, and so it's just, yeah, I don't know. But Junior here says the big problem is they have Twitch to streamer communications and Twitch dashboards, so I feel like they would do things there first. That's a good point. But they really have no set punishments and no set list of rules. Exactly. And, you know, it's one of those. I also feel, and I'm not the only one who has voiced this, if you're bringing Twitch money, your bans are going to be a lot less severe. You know, you're going to, you know, you've seen like, what's her name? Banned so many freaking times, and she's back like the next day. Amaruth or whatever the hell her name is. You know, and she'll get a ban for, you know, she's been banned because of the hot tub streaming and all of that, and like she's back within 24 hours. And you know, if anybody, you know, from down the street from you was doing a hot tub stream, they would get a ban for like 3 weeks or whatever, you know,
or if and you're just not allowed to come back.
Yeah, if you're bringing Twitch in money, they're going to have you banned a lot less, you know, time.
Looks like you put it up there.
Yeah, her. So, I I don't even know if she's still on Twitch. I know I think she's on Kick now. Oh, I think she's one of the big ones that moved over to Kick.
Mm-hmm.
So,
1 sec. So we got Slayer that came in. Never caught a podcast before. What y'all talking about? Usually we do entertainment and video game news and whatever else. We can go
fly
from
by the seat of our pants.
Yeah. So
usually a third person with us.
Yeah. So we're missing a third eye.
Literally. So
And then I'll link that OF's hot tub stream coming soon. Yes, you don't want to see that. Not for me, at least. But I mean, yeah.
What would the heat do to your mohawk?
it would still stay up because I've gotten in the pool with the mohawk.
Yeah, but that's a pool. What would a hot tub do?
I've gotten in the hot tub with it too.
Okay.
I mean, as long as it's not like a sauna or something, then it probably after a while it might. Fall
Gotcha.
Down.
Okay.
So you were saying a lot of people go to Kick.
Mm-hmm.
I feel Kick is like the wild fucking west, though. Like we've been on here, and they, you've had the people that just keep coming on. They're spamming. Oh, you're a shit streamer. Go to this person. Like what the crap?
Here's a funny story about that. So last week when that person kept coming in and spamming that other person, that other link wasn't even the one responsible for that, because I went to his stream and he's like, guys, I'm about to get banned for not throttling and all of that, because people are getting pissed off that somebody who like hated him set up bots to stream his or spam his channel to make it look like he's spamming everybody and trying to get people to go to his stream. Yeah, Kick is the Wild West, and a lot of things also on Kick. There's a lot of circle jerking going on Kick, where it's a lot of follow for follow. Come support me and I'll support you type things, which in the beginning, that's how you make it. When you first start, even on Twitch, it's like, hey, I'm trying to grow big, but follow for follow in the long run does not work, because I'll even admit there's people that I had when I first started as followers that they just no longer go. They no longer follow me, because once they hit that threshold to get affiliate, they don't need me anymore, and so they just stop following. And so
I've never done I didn't do the follow. Like so my first 3 months here, I finally hit affiliate here.
Right, you did it the right way. You fucking got out there
and went away and finally
introduced yourself and shit like that. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So
I don't know the whole follow for follow.
See, you're right. It is about 99% bots. And a lot of people
and anger
well, a lot of things too. When Kick first started, they were going to be the free speech. We aren't going to censor you. We will allow the hot tub channels. We will allow the gambling, because one of the sponsors of Kick is Stake Gambling, and like we will allow those channels on here. And so you got a lot of the big people jumping ship, because also Kick offered a better payout split. Well, it still does offer a better payout split than Twitch. And so that's why it blew up like overnight, is because you had all these big streamers going over there. And of course, their audiences followed them. And a good chunk of them went back to Twitch after they, got affiliated and partnered with Kick or whatever. And now it's just a shit show.
Yeah. Every time I've gone on there, like, I have some of mine going to Beam, and the Kick will go in there, and I've had it a few times. I'm streaming out to all of them. We're doing this. I wasn't always watching my channel, so someone would say, hey, how's it going, or follow me or whatever, and then I wouldn't respond, and like, you fucking suck, leave. Yep. Like, what?
Yeah. To be fair,
I understand you want some recognition. I get that.
Yeah, but to be fair, you'd get that. You'll get those sour apples as well on Twitch. I've had that happen on Twitch. One thing I'll see a lot though on Twitch, though, that I don't necessarily see as much on Kick, is like the other day when I was streaming Lost and Random, and I had that guy who came in and literally had like a good 15-minute conversation with me, before he started in with his, hey, I'd like to draw you these icons and da da da
Right.
da, you know, and it's like, okay, fuck off, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
it's nice when they actually like talk to you beforehand and ask you what you stream, what games do you play, so you can kind of like organically put yourself out there. But then then they go, oh well, let's go to Discord and let me make you some stuff.
Yeah, that's not, you know, I mean,
Yeah. Well, I've had a couple of them, yeah, where they just immediately get into it, and now I think my bot just gets them out of there.
yeah.
But I've also had it where I've had that where they talk to me, and then I had one like, "Oh, did you design everything?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've designed all my stuff I have here." I'm like, "I don't need you, thank you, though."
Right. Yeah. So we got here.
Feel like on Kick, people will set up bots in AR to fake small talk before doing the ads BS. Yeah.
It's possible. And I mean, even that guy that I was talking to on Twitch the other day, he could have been a bot, you know, but I mean, they're getting damn good because, you know, he was actually responding in real time to
what
what
you're
I was
saying.
actually saying and what was happening on the screen in the game. So, you know, I don't think he was a bot necessarily. He was definitely trying to hawk his wares, but you know, you're sure taking your sweet ass time sitting down there. You got a hemorrhoid problem or something?
It's a sit stand desk, so I have to kind of
Just like,
go down with it. Otherwise, you can
you,
see like half of
you're
me.
looking like an old man sitting down. Like, what the hell, dude?
I had to bring the desk down. My Secret Labs desk.
Yeah,
Hashtag not sponsored.
yeah. Weird flex, but okay.
I mean, I know Cyclops wants to get one, so he wants to get us sponsored on them. So I would love to get sponsored by
I
them.
mean, if they want to send me one, I won't say no.
Right.
But it's
mean,
funny watching you just slowly, like I said, it
either
looks
that
like
or
an
I have
old
to like
man.
remove myself, and then once I sit down, come back in. I'm like, whatever. I was hoping you wouldn't say anything, but silly
Oh,
me.
come on. I've got two eyes. I see everything.
Nice.
So,
But yeah, I mean, I love this Secret Labs desk. It's
yeah.
been awesome. I love how the cord management is in the back. Like all my wires are back there and not just running all over the place. Their monitor like connections are really good. You can put them wherever you need them. So
Yeah. I'm trying to find, as we're talking about payouts and things like that, um, Beam, who I use, they just recently, they're in beta testing for like subs and stuff. And they just released not too long ago a payment method, like a God, where did it go? What's the word I'm looking for? Like a fuck.
don't know. You find that.
Anyway, I'll find that.
Oh, we got
And
I thought that was Junior that came in, but no, this is
Granny B Gaming. All right,
Granny B Gaming. All
I
right.
love the name already.
Welcome to the podcast. I bought a Secret Labs chair and sent it back. It killed my back. I have heard that some people don't like it, don't like their chairs, but honestly, I love them just because it gets my back like up and down how I like it. Like that's how I want it to be. I don't want to have any give or anything like that. I have
What kind of?
like when I'm driving the same. I have my seat same way.
I've got to ask. What kind of games does Granny B Gaming?
I mean, yeah. What is Granny B Gaming? What are you doing there? You is a young gun, though. I have that old lady back. Okay. I mean, fair enough. So, what was a chair that you would recommend, or what do you use? Just a normal like office chair you would get from Office Max? Where is Granny B Gaming coming from? I don't see her in my list. I don't know where it's aggregating from.
Well, I'm not sure. It's got to either be you or the Cyclops.
It's not me.
Huh?
Because I'm looking at my Twitch, like who's in my stream. I don't see him. What do we got here? Right now, playing SOT, but also Fortnite Assassins. I can never say that one. Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia. Yeah.
Phasmophobia. Thank you. All kinds.
SOT. I feel like I should know SOT.
Yep. Ended up with Eve Rage from Office Max Grin. All right. I mean, to each their own. My wife also has, a gaming chair, and it's one of those. It's called DPS. You can get them at Costco. It's pretty comfortable. It's softer than my chair. It's like more bouncy, I feel, but it's pretty good. You're coming from Cyclops. Well, thank you. We have no Cyclops today, as you can see, but we appreciate you.
I can't find it now, but
KB Gaming is on that Cyclops guy. Yeah. So also our third
there it is.
host here would be that Cyclops guy. So make sure you check them out too. Sea of Thieves.
Okay. I was like, I feel like I should know that, and then I'm like, is it? I'm like, well, at first I was like, is it Symphony of the Night? And I'm like, no, because there's no N.
Right.
But Sea of Thieves, God, I haven't played that in a while. I need to get back into that.
I also work from home, so at the PC all day. Yeah, so you definitely need something. Okay, let me find your channels. Yeah, you. Again, I don't know how to do this because we're going through Twitch. There is my link tree right there on the thing. You can find me all my channels there. You can see Beam's, Koimia's Beam right there.
The thing of it is, though, is I mean, if you just really want to follow me on Twitch, it is just KoimiaX on Twitch. So,
and yeah, it's the same thing on Twitch, NeoDeath. But if you want to get out to my YouTubes where I post my videos after I've filmed.
All right, so here we go. I found
what you were looking for.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, thank you. I didn't have to do it. I wasn't doing the plug. Thank you very much.
All right. So, Kick, what is Kick now? Is it still, or not Kick, but Twitch? Is it still 50-50?
Honestly, I don't know. I just went through it and went like, yes.
Okay, so because Beam's going to have 3 tiers, actually. Everybody starts off as an associate. You get a 70-30% split. And then affiliate will get an 80-20. It's an 80-20%, and then partner is a 90-10%, which I think Kick is a 90-10% split as well. And then those are like the requirements there. I mean, it's kind of small, but those are the requirements on what you need to do to hit the next level. Like, so, if you're trying to be an affiliate on Beam, you have to stream 60 plus hours in a month, or you could do 40 plus hours and stream in 3 different categories. They have different breakdowns.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's what is Beams.
I didn't realize how new Beam was. I know you were like touting about it since I started, so I thought it'd been around for a while.
No, they've only been around a year, I think.
Yeah.
So, and what's funny about Beam, when Beam first started, I didn't like Beam. I was actually a part of, at the time, LiveSpace. And LiveSpace was in the process of shutting down, and Beam was getting announced right at the same exact time. And the thing that threw a lot of people off was when you go to Beam, to stream there, you either have to do that monthly subscription or have the partnership setup thing. And so that a lot of people saw that I gotta pay to stream here, fuck that, and they dipped out. And I initially did that as well. But then I got into looking into it more, and I like the fact that they do the multicast for free. It's part of their thing. And I was like, well, what does it entail to have a sponsor? Oh, they show an ad before my stream. Big whoop. Twitch does that already anyway, And so now I've got this program that I can multi-stream to and not have to worry about, upload speeds and shit on my computer on my end because they're doing all the heavy lifting. Sign me up. And I've really grown to really like them. So
yeah, I mean, I hope they make it a little bit more. I know like OBS and them do not go well together from my point of view.
For you. And you're not the only one. Yeah, you're not the only one that I've heard say that, but it's weird because like you said, I have no problem with it.
I mean, but I want my shit to look good on all the things, right? So like you can Twitch only lets you go up to 600 or 6,000, and then YouTube wants like 12. I think Kick wants the same thing, and it's hard getting them to meld out that way through that if you're going the bare minimum.
Now, see, it's funny you use that word meld because, okay, there's the Meld Studio now. Yes. And I don't know how much you've looked into them, but they have it where you can multicast direct from the studio, like you would have the OBS plugin or whatever. They have separate, you can go in there and tweak the bit rates for each individual output link.
See, that's what the OBS needs if they're going to do the beam.
You could do that in Meld. So I'm wondering if you were to download Meld, start using that and send it to Beam. That might work for you. Granny just asked me what I think of Meld. Granny, I've been using them. I've been tinkering with the studio more than actually. I haven't gone live with it yet. But it's very user friendly. If you do use OBS currently, there is literally a button you can click and it'll import all of your settings and everything from OBS directly in, so you don't have to set up any of your scenes or anything like that over again. It's all just instantly transferred over. The only thing that hasn't transferred over is they don't have stinger wipes yet for your transitions. And my transition is a stinger, and so I have to use one that Meld has. But that's on their roadmap of things that are coming. But it's very user friendly, and tinkering around with it. They have it so you can set up the vertical and the horizontal canvases right at the same time. So if you're streaming on TikTok as well, and you can literally just copy paste your layers from your vertical into the horizontal section, and it'll arrange everything so it looks nice and neat. I like what they're doing, and I've been meaning to go live with it, but I just haven't yet.
Yeah, I think I was watching a video actually that Nutty put out about Meld, but I didn't get all the way through it, where he was talking about whether, he was going to use it or all the better things and whatnot. But I mean,
I know one of my friends had issues with OBS where he was getting a lot of dropped frames.
Yep.
And he went over to Meld and zero. No frames dropped whatsoever. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Granny. I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
They also have where you can do. They have a button, so like for your audio tracks, like if you click the certain button, it'll automatically remove it from like your Twitch VODs, so you can't get copyright strikes or anything that. They have it so that you can set up your audio for, like on OBS, if you have, so like on one of my scenes, I have the PS5, but like if I have it in another scene, one volume control will control it for all the scenes.
Right.
And so like if you mute it on one and then you go to your actual gaming screen and forget to unmute it, your volume is, well, they actually have it in Meld where you can have each source for each scene separate. So like if you have it muted, if you have the track muted on one, it's not muted on like your main gaming screen. So that when you switch over, it's still already going and got your music going and things like that. And you don't have to worry about, did I unmute it? Is it muted? You know, whatsoever. So they even have like little things like that, which I'm sure can be done in OBS. But
it's probably harder.
It's probably either harder, like
it's not out of the box like that.
Right, exactly. Meld is it's very very neat. I like what they're doing. Again, like I said, I haven't gone live with it yet, but as far as setting things up,
tried to go live once and it just didn't work.
I was going to try the multi-streaming. When I used the multi-streaming through OBS with that plugin, and saw that my upload speeds just made everything one fucking janky mess. That I'm like, I didn't even bother with Meld. I'm like, it's not going to work because it's not OBS that's doing it. It's my upload speeds being too low.
Right.
And so that's then when I started also looking into Beam more, because I'm like, hey, they can do all the fucking heavy lifting. I'll just send my signal to them and let them sort it all out.
All right. Junior does come in here and says OBS has a multi-stream plugin that's epic, and I do have one. It's like someone else made. It was made for like a Japanese streaming services, and that's what I was using to. 1 second.
Oh, you're gonna leave me with dead air. Awesome. Let's see here. Don't have the money for the best streaming setup. I mean, you know, some people. I started out streaming just using the Twitch app on my PlayStation, and that from there, you know, grew to finally getting a computer that can do the overlays and things like that. But before I even did that, there's Lightstream is a program that's out there that you can create the overlays on that, and then even though you're using the Twitch app on your PS4 or PS5, it'll go through Lightstream and you can control the overlays with your phone. So I mean, you don't need the best system ever to do your streaming setups.
All right, sorry about that.
No worries.
Work was calling me. That's fun.
Junior, thanks for following.
Not sure what what that message is about. I'm hoping it's wrong. It says I have to work Sunday all of a sudden.
As in tomorrow?
Yeah, that would be tomorrow, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. OBS is more technical. You are right there, and that's one thing I liked about Meld is that it's more user friendly.
Oh, did you go down that there's custom bit rates and you got those already?
I briefly.
Well, no, I was as I was interrupted by work. Yes, I do have the multi-stream plugin, like I said, and that's what I was using to go out to Twitch and then also YouTube and Facebook. And it was Facebook's kind of I wasn't getting a lot of audience there and didn't seem like an interest. So then I just turned it to YouTube and Twitch, and then it was taking a lot to like I was getting a lot of drop frames into Twitch, whereas YouTube was getting, you know, a decent thing, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna stop. Oh, the Beam CEO just hopped into the Beam thing.
On yours?
Yeah.
Is it Angel?
Yeah, it's Angel.
Good old Angel.
How's it going, Angel?
We were just talking about Beam.
Talking about all the streaming here. Right.
So, but
thanks, Wastebot, for now welcoming Grandy B Gaming to the stream.
But yeah, so yeah, Meld is
Angel comes back and says, "Hi guys."
We appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you stopping in.
So, but
I'm glad I was able to catch you this time because you've popped in a few times. I've said hi and then popped out.
Angel does that a lot.
Yeah.
He's a very busy man.
Oh,
But I
totally
appreciate it.
understand you.
You know,
Yeah.
it's awesome that he does that to a lot of streams. I've been on other streams on Beam where I've seen him pop in as well. So
Yeah.
um,
It says, so any issues with Beam?
I personally have not had any issues. You know, I've been beta testing the monetization, so I'm very excited that teaser dashboard that you guys tweeted today. I'm really excited to see that. You know, I've actually been raising a fuss about it in your Discord because you guys originally had said that payouts were going to begin June 16th, and then that kind of disappeared. And so, you know, I'm anxiously awaiting the payouts for that and whatnot. And I can't wait to see the embers. They're going to have embers that are kind of like Twitch bits. They're going to have embers on there. And I also can't wait to get one of those hats. I want to get one of the Beam hats so I can start wearing that.
Yeah, there you go.
So
they come back and say great with a smiley face. Yeah, I mean, the only issue I had, we were just talking about, is I've had a hard time getting my OBS to stream right and go out to the other ones and have the right bit rates. Like Twitch, like I said, Twitch wants the 6,000 or 5,000 to 6,000. YouTube wants around 12 to 13. And when every time I set it up, maybe I'm setting it up wrong in OBS. They just don't seem to work well together. So, but yeah, it's a work in progress. I use it for when we're doing the podcast, so we go out to everything. Came back. We did payouts to everyone who earned over $15. Did you earn your $15?
I'm at 12.
You're so close.
There. I'm getting there. I'm at 12. That would explain why I haven't gotten the onboarding email yet. So I'm at 12, like $12.10 or something like that. So, but all right. Well, that would explain that. Still can't wait.
Problem solved.
Can't wait. I'm at least getting subs over there, which is more than I can say about other platforms. You know, so
I mean, it's always hard to get subs, right? Like, even if you have people in their thing, like I see people that, you know, aren't following me, whatever, and I say, you know, please follow, help me out, and then they don't. Okay,
right.
How hard was it to just follow? Like,
yeah,
not even subscribe, just follow.
Yeah. So I have Granny here on my says, as my friends tell me, I have all the gear, just no idea. So I need easy to understand programs. So many YouTube videos will leave out very simple steps, and to them it's simple, but to me it's major. And then Junior says, I've been streaming for 10 years, and like you said, many platforms. I started PS2, PS3 streaming using an old PC, but there's really a great system PC server interface made for broadcast that is way more technical and powerful, but it's also made for a way more pro setup. Yeah, I hear you.
So Angel came back about my problem and said, okay, please let Daniel know about Discord, about the OBS issue. So, and then gave me
Daniel,
Discord to get on.
Yeah, Daniel has helped me out on a lot of things. So, on the Discord, he's very knowledgeable. So they've got a good team over there.
Cool.
So, except for the one monetization question that I had, he's like, "That's above my pay grade." But no, Daniel's been very, very, very informational. So, but I've been enjoying Beam, and I don't see myself in the near future not using it.
I mean, yeah, especially for you, it helps your situation out, right? Because your upload speeds aren't the
greatest.
My
upload speeds aren't the greatest, yeah.
Your multi-streaming is non-existent at home, so you sending it out to them and them doing it, worked out perfectly.
Which is what I absolutely love. So
yeah, that's awesome that you found that. How did you find that?
Find Beam?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I was, when Live Space was ending, I was looking for, okay, well, now I need to find a new home. And Beam just happened to there was several that I'd had my eye on Twitter, and Beam, I think, just showed up because of some people that I follow started following them. And so I saw that Beam was another streaming platform, and I was like, okay, let's check them out. And they like I said initially, at first I was like, pay to stream, fuck that, but
Right.
but then I looked into it and saw the sponsorship option. I was like, okay, let's give them a go. And then, like I said, once I started realizing I have the upload issues, and quite honestly, they're doing things versus some of the other platforms that are still out there in their beta phase and things like that, that Beam is just leaps and bounds ahead of them. And there's another platform that I've had my eye on for a while, and they actually were up and running for a while, and they've now shut down, but are going to have like a 2.0 out sometime this summer. It's a thing called SharePlay. And the thing I really liked about SharePlay is they had a thing where, kind of like what Mixer had back in the day, was the sub-second latency. So it's like, as soon as, I don't know if you've noticed, but like on Twitch, somebody will type something in chat and sometimes it'll take a good 45 seconds before you see it or whatever. Mixer had sub-second latency where it's like, as soon as that message, the chatter hit enter, you saw it. And SharePlay has that, and I don't know why a lot of other streaming platforms don't use that. I don't know if it's like a technology thing or whatever, but
I've done a couple of Looker and Dingy's things, and that latency on it was horrible. They'd be already like past what they were talking about, and then my comment would come in. I'm like, well, that doesn't make any fucking sense anymore.
Right.
But they'll still read it, and they're like, oh, okay. Angel does come back here. What do you guys actually like about Beam?
Well, I mean, the multi-streaming aspect is the biggest thing for me as a small streamer trying to get my name out there. And, the sponsorship of just having, pick like, I think I'm using Elgato or somebody, I don't even remember who I'm using, but just to run that ad,
like me,
or Logitech, that's who I'm using.
Yeah.
And that just, I like that aspect, because like I was saying earlier, Twitch is going to run an ad before my stream anyway. And so for it to be a company that I like, instead of it just being a random ad, and then,
something I can get behind, that
exactly,
I have their products.
Exactly. And it's like, okay, so I'm going to have an ad anyway. I might as well just roll with the punches. And the multi-stream, because like I said, I have a low upload speed. And when I tried using the plugin on OBS to do multi-streaming, it was a jank fest. And so when I saw that you guys had the multi-stream for free, unlike like Restream or even StreamYard, what we're using to do this show, we have to do a monthly subscription to have multiple streams or multiple sources. The fact that you guys are doing it for free is just phenomenal. And you guys have, what did you say, 70 plus destinations now? I don't even, I was looking at the list. And I'm like, I've never heard of that platform. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that.
Oh, great. Now you're going to get you going through other platforms.
I'm curious to see if there's somebody out there on Beam who streams to all 75 destinations. I almost want to be that guy, but then I'm just like, no, thank you. But the big seller for me, Angel, was the multi-streaming. 75 now, yeah. That was the big seller for me, was the free restreaming. And then the fact that you're also a platform in and of it's yourself. It's like, I got into an argument one day on Twitter with a guy because he was like, all Beam is just Restream. And I'm like, no, unlike Restream, I could stream directly to Beam and nobody else. And, that could be my only channel. Restream has to have a destination. I can't just stream to Restream and you guys just pull up a Restream channel and watch that, and so I love the fact that you are also, not only are you multi-streaming and you embrace the multi-streaming, unlike some other channels that will not be mentioned.
thought we were already talking about them.
Yeah, not only do you embrace the multi-streaming, but then you also go, oh, hey, we are also a platform. And I really think that's cool.
He says, no, the record is 30. So you could be that person.
Record is 30. Okay.
Come on.
I want names. I want to know who this person is. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, 75 platforms. God, I don't even think I have it in me. Could you imagine if I had that chat going on an overlay?
Oh,
Twitch's head would fucking explode, and But yeah, no, I'm really excited to see where Beam heads in the future.
Yeah, I mean,
So.
I like it. I mean, I will say, the first time I tried it, something happened where it messed up my stream and didn't work out right. But I've tried it again a couple times now, and we use it like for this. It's perfect because it gets it out to all our other ones that aren't in here, that aren't connected. I wish we could get them all connected in here.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, Angel. If you can contact StreamYard to get, like, I don't know if you need their API or they need your API, so that we could pull we could pull the Beam chat into the stream. Because like right now for our specific, we have a garbage in, garbage out Twitch channel, and I can pull up a chat like from the viewers on there. But I have the Beam chat as a pop out, but it won't let me pull those chats in because I don't think you guys have the shared API. So,
that would definitely be something that would be awesome, so that we could pull in the chat. So like everything that you've said to me, Angel, I could have been putting it on screen so the whole podcast could see. So yeah, I don't know, like he said, if you have to talk to StreamYards or who's the disconnect on that one. So that could be your 76th one.
So,
but yeah, I mean, it's a good platform so far.
So in my Beam over here, speaking of Beam chat, I've got Junior saying, Granny B Gaming, that's what I used to spend most of my time doing, was IT and stream setup for people. I've built many channels and helped with lots of people's setups. And then Granny comes back and says, a few years ago I was working with teens who were all going to be next millionaire streamers. When I tried to talk reality, they said, you're old, you just don't get it. So I learned to stream, earned myself some street cred, as one 17-year-old put it.
Nice.
Fair enough. But yeah, what do we got going here? Sorry.
I got some garbage gook there. That's the other thing that StreamYard needs to get, is like a way to kick them out. Like, get rid of that. I don't even know where that came from.
When Junior comes back and says, I spent a lot of time talking teens and 20-somethings out of streaming. Huh. And then Granny says, then I got hooked for a year. We'll get back to it one of these days. Well, I hope you do, Granny.
Yeah.
I think this is a field that I think needs older people. I mean, I'm saying that as
we're all gonna be there, right?
Yeah, and we need people to keep the youngins grounded. When you see some of these live streams of people going around just doing the dumbest shit just for views, we need us old people to rein it back in. So
here you go. This is what Angel sent to me on Beam. They can request access to our API and then there's the request. So
awesome.
Maybe we got to get a hold of Streamlabs and say, or
StreamYards.
Yeah, there's too many different ones. Stream this, stream that, stream elements,
stream elements, StreamYards.
Yeah. So that's another good thing about Beam. It's got its own original name.
Right. But yeah, we'll definitely have to contact them and see if we can't get that ball rolling. Thank you, Angel, for that, by the way.
Yes, and thank you for coming in and chatting with us. It's been awesome. It gave us something to talk about.
And Granny comes back and says, I just joined the Medicare club. I'm semi-retired, work 2 days a week, so I have plenty of time.
There you go.
All right. Awesome.
I mean, that seems to be like the new thing, right? Like, older generation is now getting into streaming.
I mean, there's the famous, what was it, the Skyrim Granny or whatever, that all she played was the Elder Scrolls games, and now we got Granny
retired though.
I had heard that, but she said if she's alive when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, she said she might come out of retirement for that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Granny Gaming. Yeah, tell me about it. Between Streamlabs, Stream Deck, too many stream stuff. Yes. Streamlabs, Stream Elements, like
StreamYard,
like
Stream Deck.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's several streaming platforms with stream in the title. I'm sure Beam streams to all of them. So, they got, what, 75? I saw that they had released a list, too, of all the platforms that they can send to.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I'll have to see if I can find that.
The average Beam streamer is over 35 years old, and we have people in their 60s and 70s. Nice. And then he does bring up, but Beam UniChat can be overlaid using OBS with a transparent background. Yep. Yeah, but we're not going through the OBS. We use the StreamYard as the one that facilitates all this. So
yeah. Let me see here. Here we are.
There, I'll put that in our chat there.
What's that?
The Beam stuff, just so I can save it for later.
Oh, gotcha.
So, and other news that I guess they can make fun of themselves and whatnot is so GameStop. This came up on my Facebook page. And I gotta give it to GameStop. They know when to make fun of themselves and how to try and patch it up. Staples not included. Find a Switch 2 restock at GameStop today. And it's
not use unbox.
And it says it's the red stapler, right? Where's my stapler?
I believe you have my stapler.
Right. Do not use unbox. Well done on the marketing campaign on that. That's the way to patch everybody's things, and the people that had the problem, they got sorted out, but it might have left a bad taste. Whoa.
Well, that is the list of where Beam streams to.
Jesus.
Yeah. Like I said, that is a lot. I didn't realize that would send that out to everybody's chat. My bad. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, that is. I mean, like I said, I don't even know half of these platforms, but I've heard of D Live. I didn't know Eclipse was a streaming platform as well as just a clip platform.
I didn't know that either, because you guys are really big on that one.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, and that's not even all of them.
There's so much you can't even see us. So.
there's all that too. So, I mean, Beam has got their shit together as far as restreaming goes. So yeah, nice. That's what I really appreciate. So. Let's see. Well, Granny says that we've talked her into trying Beam. Awesome. And then Junior says, "What's the older generation though? I mean, I'm 40, and that's over half of the average male life expectancy."
Right. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I'll be 40. I'll be 45. I'll be 45 next month. So,
Oh, you too? I thought you were younger than me.
No,
you're technically older than me by a month.
Yeah, I'll be
45 in August.
I'll be 45 in July. So you don't
I'm
have
the oldest.
you don't have all this.
I mean,
don't have
it's starting to come in there on the beard.
like blah 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 blah.
Hey,
So
as long as I still get to keep the mohawk.
mhm.
Angel comes back. We are now the official largest multi-streaming platform in the world. Nice. Now that's something
That is
to go
fantastic.
for.
That is fantastic. And I was correct. You guys have only been around for like a year, right? A little over a year. I'm pretty sure it wasn't not too long ago that I saw the year-old tweet, the happy birthday.
Yeah, they haven't come back yet, but yeah, I thought I saw that too.
Yeah, I think
that's
I
why they
reshared it
started
for sure.
rolling out some of this stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got smiley face. Yes, or
Yeah.
sun
All right.
face.
Yep. Okay. So, well, cool.
And
it
yeah,
sounds
like that's so cool that the CEO came on our stream and just talked to us. 14
Yeah.
months.
14 months. All right. Yeah. So just a little
Like
over a
you're
year.
not going to get that on some of the other platforms.
No. And the fact that it was more than just a hey, what's up, and then dips out.
Right.
Like
Sat here, had a complete conversation with us.
Answered
we
questions.
appreciate that.
Told us who we need to contact at StreamYards or what we need to contact them with. So yeah, I think
very cool.
I think one of Beam's things that will help Beam the most will be word of mouth. Because like you'd never heard of it until I started talking about it, and then now we've got Granny B Gaming checking it out, and
we got our other Cyclops.
Cyclops
our other host
is he's on there. Yeah, so I think word of mouth Beam needs to get out there, and in my opinion, and I don't know if I'd say start advertising or shaking some trees or anything or like that, because my question, I guess, is does Beam want to be a streaming platform first and then known as a restreaming platform, or just, hey, we're restreaming, but also you can stream to us? Like if you were to go after, say, Joe Blow on Kick, would you want to say, hey, you can stream to us and Kick at the same time and it doesn't cost anything? And I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
I mean, I get what you're trying to say. Which are you putting
how
first?
would you promote yourself, heavier, I guess, to get the word of Beam out? Because I can only say so much and sing so many praises. And if you were to advertise for Beam, come up with an advertisement for Beam, Angel, I'm talking to you. How would you promote yourself? Let's put the CEO on the spot here.
But they did say they launched on 4/24/24.
Okay.
So
yep.
Very nice. And then Junior came back. I had heard of it, but like you said, when I heard you pay to stream, then I was out for now. But only because I'm jobless, and even though I have streamed for a long, I don't have many viewers. Yeah. So give them a try, and like I said, just set up the set up the your sponsor, and away you go.
Yeah.
And so the other thing, I guess I would say, I thought the sponsorship was gonna have a heavy imprint on what goes out. Like you'd have it up in a corner somewhere that it would show that.
It's not obtrusive at all. I mean, it's literally that ad at the beginning, and then I have noticed on longer streams they will occasionally break in with an ad, but it's not, like you said, a watermark in the corner of your screen or anything like that. And they have good choices of sponsors. It's all something that all of you have heard. Like I said, you and I both use Logitech, and it's brands that gamers and streamers know. Whereas on Twitch, it could be for a random movie, and of an ad or something. So
All right. Angel came back here. Okay, I'll answer it this way. Beam is the only full live streaming that supports multi-streaming.
Okay.
Live streaming
Okay.
platform. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Good answer. I approve. You've got my seal of approval there, Angel. So, but yeah, definitely check Beam out if you have not used them. Did you freeze, Neil, or are you just deep in thought?
No, I'm just trying to put that out on here so that I can put it out like this. There we go. That is the answer that because I edited it so that it had it the right way.
Right.
Answer it this way. There it is. So
Perfect. And even Granny comes in here and says, sounds good, Angel. So, but yeah.
Oh, I missed that one. Nice. What else do we have? Do you have anything else?
We were going to talk briefly about the Donkey Kong
Right. Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Direct. I almost said state of play, but that's a Sony thing. So, I did not watch it. I know it was like at 8 a.m, but I had a rough night that night.
Time, like it was 6 a.m. Pacific time, and I'm like, who the hell's watching a direct?
Oh, here's the thing: Nintendo's a Japanese company, so it was like probably day,
but like
later in the day there. But
right for the American people.
So I mean, it is pre-recorded, so they could have scheduled it at a normal time.
Right.
But
it wasn't it was like a live thing. One sec, before we continue on that, I got Angel coming back here again. Furthermore, 90% of the 100,000 plus on Beam were recommended by someone else. So the word of mouth has been driving our growth.
Perfect. Awesome.
That's awesome. So we will help it out too by
as best we can.
On here. Yeah.
Hell yeah. But so the show's at 8 a.m. I got off of work at 6 a.m. that morning, and I got home and I was just like, I was going to try and stay up, but I crashed, so I didn't watch it. From what it sounds like, a lot of people are thinking this might be a prequel to Mario Odyssey, because you've got Pauline as the little girl, and then in Mario Odyssey she's all grown up, but she's still the singer. And I guess I don't know too much because again I didn't watch it, but her singing I guess affects the gameplay in Donkey Kong.
Yeah, like so you can do like a 2-player mode.
Okay.
And you can be one person will be her, and she shouts out, and that's how that second person attacks.
Okay.
Like it'll come out as words and say, "Yeah, hey," and that's how you're attacking.
Okay, that would be awesome to be watching at Best Buy.
Nice.
Look at that! Angel's now on my stream and just started following me. Welcome, Angel, again. So,
but the good thing about the like 2-player is it doesn't have to be couch co-op. You can do it online. You can also so if I have the game, I believe I can send you an invite and it will download those other 2-player games.
I saw that, but I could have swore it said local only. So do I have to be on your Wi-Fi network and not, multiple states over?
It sounded like the other ones where you could just send them and they could download a little bit of it and still be able to play with you.
Right. Okay. I was just curious because
the majority of the direct was just basically giving you what the game is going to do, like your abilities, what you can destroy, which looks like pretty much everything. And kind of your...
Granny just came in and said, "Okay, I just signed up for Beam. This might get me back into streaming." And then she did a grinning emoticon.
Nice.
So,
well, congrats. Welcome back, Granny. You're going to have a great time.
It was having having to send me to a million places at one time that got me overwhelmed. So this helps. Yeah, exactly. The multi-stream, it's easy. It's just, and like I have it set up to stream to like 5 or 6 things, but I only have 3 of them turned on right now. I have my YouTube, my personal YouTube, and my Facebook are turned off. So you can turn them on and off at will too. Like,
Right.
And so, and I think I have TikTok set up in there now too, but I don't have that turned on. So
you haven't tried the TikTok, huh?
I have not tried the stream into the TikToks yet. No. So Angel is saying, "Welcome, Granny." So
yes, welcome.
one of us. But yeah. So I feel that if it truly is a prequel to Odyssey, now I got to buy Odyssey and play that.
Well, how would you play it? Would you play Bonanza first and then Odyssey, or Odyssey and then go to Bonanza?
Well, since I only have the Switch one, I would get Odyssey first and play that.
Okay. Yeah. So you didn't play that one?
I have not played Odyssey. No. Angel's saying you can even turn Beam off if you wanted to and still continue to stream to other places. That's good to know. I mean, not that I would ever turn my Beam stream off, but that's good to know that you can actually you can turn that one off. Yeah. And
I thought you had to go to that one and then it would go out.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I can ask Angel this about my issue with the PS5.
Oh boy.
So here's a long story short. I was trying to stream directly from the PS5 to Beam with the DNS settings that you guys have on that one page and everything. And when I put those DNS settings in and click broadcast or go live or whatever it is on the PlayStation, nothing happens where it'll say that I'm live. It doesn't show up on Beam. It doesn't show up on my Twitch. It doesn't show up on any of the channels that I'm restreaming to, except for my YouTube channel. And then it'll save the YouTube as a VOD. And the weirdest part then is after I'm done broadcasting, if I was to get a shout out on like Neodeath's channel, it will say the game that I was just streaming, even though I was not, live. So I have a thread opened on the Discord about that, and we kind of never really figured out why it was doing that, because I guess other people were saying that they can stream just fine through their PS5. And when I turn my DNS back onto automatic settings, then it'll go to my Twitch and I'll show up on Twitch, but I'm not going to Beam then. So I don't know what's going on there, if it's something with my router or what, but it's a very interesting thread you should check out sometime. But yeah. Anyway, back to Odyssey. Yeah, I have not played that.
Oh, I mean, Odyssey was pretty fun. The only thing that I didn't like about Odyssey is there's just way too many stars you need to collect. I think there's a total of, I want to say 999 stars you can get. And I'm like,
because my friend collected all of them.
I'm a completist, but that was like, nope, I'm not doing all that. I think I had like, good probably 400 or 500, but I'm like, I'm not going for all these.
Yeah. Angel, so Tio was tagged in that thread. I believe Brian tagged him, but I don't think he ever responded. So that's kind of where we just left it at, was like technology, and the thread kind of died. So, but yeah.
Junior did come back here too. I've been meaning to change my stream name, so I guess once I come up with that, I'll be joining Beam as well. Awesome. I mean, yeah, you just got to come up with a name that you like, and it's got to be, you got to get it on brand and all that stupid shit. Yeah. Luckily, mine's pretty easy to get on brand, as you can see by my graveyard behind me. Like,
all right, Angel. Yeah. Sorry, I was just responding. I'll email him, Angel. No problem. And then Mem came in from Twitch. How you doing, Mem? It's going. How you been? Memory Leak Death. Yeah.
Yep, I follow Mem. How's it going, Mem?
So We need to get Granny comes in and says we need to get a commission. Now, you know what? I believe in the product, so
Right.
I don't need a commission. My subs are my commission. So
And getting more people onto the platform
right.
to get more word of mouth and get it out there, and
Yeah.
we can be the number one platform.
Mem says he's got a new dual boot PC working.
Oh wow.
So that's exciting.
Yeah.
So
That's something I've never been able to get into, is like Linux and that, and having to
yeah, that's way beyond my
type
scope.
everything. Yeah. A buddy of mine did it once, and he's like, yeah, it was cool, but it is a pain.
I have enough pains with this computer as is. So
Right.
I don't need to even try a dual boot. So, but yeah.
But yeah, the Donkey Kong, it still looks fun, but I don't know, like maybe this is just the old age talking, and let me know what everybody's take is on this.
On this soapbox, you're stealing my thunder, are you? Yelling at clouds?
Maybe, but like
Neo-Death.
when you're watching a game that it's giving you like the mechanics and stuff, and you're just sitting there like, fuck, am I going to be able to do that? I don't know if I have the reaction time, or whatever the case may be. Like, do you have that too, or is it just
for Donkey Kong?
Huh?
For a Donkey Kong game?
Yeah,
for
the Donkey Kong, because it looks like there's a lot to it.
Angel jumped in here and said, it was great chatting. I have to run, but thank you for your support of Beam and recommending to your followers and friends. No problem, Angel. Thank you for creating a great platform. So
and, thank you for the great chat we had today.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
You are our third guest.
Yeah. So definitely.
Second guest. My bad.
Yeah. You're welcome anytime. Let's see. Mem says games are working great on Linux, and then Granny jumps in and says Donkey Kong brings back so many memories.
Right.
So,
and then Junior came in here. Hey,
you stop it.
LOL. I grew up with MS-DOS, skinned in extreme gold, X-Tree gold. Nice.
Good old DOS. One of my friends shared a meme the other day, and he's like, I'm this many years old, and it was like a Windows 7 logo. I'm like, that's cute. Or maybe it was Windows. Yeah, it was Windows 7. I'm like, that's
or
cute.
95.
Yeah, try Windows 95. I actually remember back at my parents' house, we had Windows 3.11. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Windows 7. That's cute. So.
But yeah, I mean, but what I was saying, so do you look at that doesn't just mean Donkey Kong, but when you're watching a video of a game and it's showing some gameplay and you're like, fuck, I'm never going to be able to do that.
Any of the Souls games, like I'm watching people play that. I mean, I still tinker with those games because I have such a love-hate relationship with those games. I love to play them. They're beautiful games, like Elden Tree or whatever, I don't even remember what the fuck it's called, but yeah, but that game it's a beautiful, beautiful game. I still haven't beat the first boss. But
does that discourage you looking at those? Obviously, with the Souls games, it doesn't sound like it does, but those other games, when you're looking at them, do you go, fuck, I'm not going to be able to do that. I don't know if I'm going to buy this one.
Oh yeah. Granny's dashing as well. Thank you for the follows, Granny, and hanging out with us, and welcome to Beam. And I'm gonna have to find you and start following you as well.
I'm following. I followed her on Twitch. I'll have to follow her when she.
I'll have to watch her on Beam. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. So for example, Lost in Random, the new one that I'm playing, like I said, is like Hades. And or Hades, or however the fuck it's said. I've heard it pronounced. I've heard it pronounced both ways. And there's that Ninja Turtles game that just came out recently. That's like that, the Splintered Fate or whatever.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't get it.
When I first, when I first saw the trailer for that, I was like, I was hoping it would actually be a little bit easier because it was Ninja Turtles. No, it's not. And me and my sons are playing it, and they're getting frustrated as all hell. And I'm just like, okay, note to self: they do not like these games. and quite honestly, I didn't realize how much the Lost in Random one was going to be like that. I thought it was just going to be like a top-down adventure, hack and slash. I didn't realize it was like Hades. Yeah. Or maybe I just like completely blocked that out of my mind or whatever, and I was just all excited because it's Lost in Random.
Well, what was the first one? The first one wasn't like that, right?
No, the first one's like an action adventure platforming hack and slash, like, yeah. And but they're both fantastic games. And I was looking at the trophy list for this new one. I'm like, yeah, this is one I'm not going to play.
Nope.
At all.
Not happening.
At all. No. I mean, there's one for getting to the first boss without taking any damage.
Oh, yeah.
And then on top of that, there's one for beating said boss without taking any damage. And I'm just like, yeah, no, this isn't happening. But
that's the other thing with that Tron one that I was playing. It seemed like trophies were popping left and right, and I was just like, the prologue, you get your first combat, this and that. I'm like, Jesus, what is the trophy list for this thing? Just
open the menu,
Yeah.
Like, well, do you remember the Deadpool game? There was literally one for pushing start the first time.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and then the game starts off and you're sitting in your chair and you get out of the chair and like the second trophy is called Have Another, and it's like you got out of your chair. Like, it was making fun of the games that overdo it on trophies.
Right.
So I like trophies that have like clever names that have to do with like obtaining them. Like, okay, for example, I'm playing one of the new Like a Dragon games that I'm playing. I'm playing that Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii or whatever it's called. And
Okay.
one of the trophies is literally called Aside from the Other Two. Aside from the normal two. That's what the name of the trophy is. And then the description just reads, collect 2 balls. And so it's like, it's like stupid shit like that cracks me up. So, but yeah, back to your mechanics question. If there's some games out there that if I see that, I'm like, yeah, that ain't happening. And
you
maybe
won't even give them a try.
if they're like on Game Pass or something like that, yeah, I'll try them still. Yeah, I'll try them still.
I guess the good thing about the leading this all back to the Tron thing, it was only like $24, so I didn't spend that much on it. If I'd spend the full like $50-$60 on it, and it was this bad, yeah, then I'd definitely be raging about it.
Well, I think Lost in Random was only like $25. So
okay, and then the second one I played, the Chronicles of the Wolf, was only like, it was 17 if you bought it like before it released. And you got the PlayStation discount, but then it's $20. But so far, that's the game I want to go play. I'm chomping at the bit to go play that one again.
Yeah. So, and then Junior came back here and said his PC at the time was an Epson quality too. I remember those.
Oh, man.
Remember those commercials? Dude, you're getting a Dell.
Yep.
So,
I mean, I remember getting my first PC. I had to like beg my mom to get it for me. And like, I'm going through like the Best Buy ads at the time where, they had the pre-built ones, and I'm trying to pick the best system at the time.
That's like the least expensive.
You're right. They're like, nope, you can't have that. Go down. So I'm like, okay. I mean, back then, like, it was like, Weird Al says, it was like a fucking Dorito, like,
yeah,
compared to what we fucking have now.
Well, I also remember back in the day, my dad always had to harp on me about violence in video games and shit like that. But then he goes out and buys me Wolfenstein for the PC, and I was just like, You know, like, what is, and of course his justification was, oh, you're shooting Nazis. Okay,
Oh,
thanks.
it's okay then.
It's okay then. That's the one time you'll turn a blind eye is when I'm shooting Nazis. Okay, so, but yeah, but I remember many a day playing the original Doom, and then I had, because my computer was in my dad's. We dubbed it the music room, and it was like his den, and I would put on the Ren and Stimpy CD and just run around in Doom while listening to Happy Happy Joy Joy and shit like
Right.
that. So
Yeah.
and I thought it was like top of the line. This is the best graphics are ever gonna get. Boy, what
Right.
the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah, I remember doing
But,
that with like Diablo and the first Red Alert.
mhm.
And like what was I jam? Like Metallica, like their old stuff.
Yeah.
Or like even some of the old horror games like Seventh Guest
Yep.
and like those type of games. Those games were the best. Actually, they have Seventh Guest on the PlayStation. I
saw
bought it,
that.
but I haven't played it yet. I'm like,
I
oh
I was
please,
laughing
I
when
hope
I
it's
saw they
good.
had. I actually bought it and I haven't played much of it, but they actually. Do you remember on the Sega CD there was a game called Night Trap,
Yes.
and they released the 25th anniversary of that on the
Yeah.
PlayStation. So, and then yeah, but God, I saw the other day actually. There's a collection of all the Command and Conquers out, and like remastered, and I'm like,
Oh, is there?
yeah.
Ooh,
I'll
yeah,
have to
that
find the link and send that to you.
yes, do. I
Because
love me
yeah,
some Command and Conquer. I think
right.
I've played most of them. I hated the like newer ones, like Tiberian Sun, I think it was,
Hmm.
where they
Yeah,
tried to upgrade a lot of the stuff, and I'm like,
yeah,
not really my forte. But yeah,
right.
Red Alert was the shit back
Red
in the
Alert
day.
was, man, yeah, yep. And then I remember back in the day in high school, Doom was still big, and Doom 2, but then it was with mods. Mods was the big thing. So like they had Beavis and Butthead running around in the game, and
Okay,
yeah, it was a wild time.
right.
It really was. And then that's why I always laugh my ass off when my kids are like, Minecraft's the best game ever. I'm like, oh, you sweet summer child. No.
Yeah,
It's
wait.
it's yeah, you have no idea. You have no idea. So,
Junior came back here too. I have not paid for a new game in years. I'm just too broke for such things. The only games I get for are from Twitch, Amazon Prime, because of a family member. Yeah, I mean whatever gets you through, right?
mhm. And I mean, quite honestly, save for a handful of games, you're better off just playing old ones,
I
you know?
mean
So,
the nostalgia factor, and then just the it's going to be a good game, a good story, or whatever. But
yeah.
some of these new games, like I said, the Tron. I'm gonna keep shitting on Tron. We're not getting a sponsor from Tron. That was horrible. Like, and then I switched to like a completely indie game and have a fucking blast.
You remember when Looker was saying about, or when you were asking Looker about, a bad game and how long you give it and
Mhm.
and all of that. There is a game that I was absolutely hyped for before it came out. I pre-ordered that fucker. I got it day one at GameStop, went home, played about 20 minutes of it, and said, fuck this, and took it back to GameStop and got my money back. And
Yeah.
that was Naughty Bear. Do you remember Naughty Bear?
No, I don't.
Yeah, it's better that you don't.
That's a good thing, huh?
Yes, that's a very good thing. But yeah, Naughty Bear was my 20 minutes tops. And it was funny because, like, this was at the time that, GameStop was a good half-hour drive for me.
Mm.
It's like I drove to get this game, went home, played 20 minutes, and drove back.
Drove back.
And the guy was just like, "You're already back?" Because he knew where I had come from, because I became good friends with half the GameStop employees, and
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I want to return this piece of shit. And he's like, did you even play it? And I'm like, 20 minutes. And he's like, Jesus. And I'm like, yeah. So Naughty Bear.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I gave it like 2 hours. I kept trying, and then the quests were just repetitive. You just go from here, go over here, come back, turn it in, go back. Like,
I'm glad
come
that I didn't
fuck.
recommend that one to you because I know you had a lot of problems with Alpha Protocol.
Yes.
Which I will still die saying that that's a great game. So I still want you to play Doki Doki Literature Club.
So Cyclops was talking about that. It's a strictly like reading type game, like a text adventure, right? So I don't know
Yeah.
if I could do that on stream.
Yeah. Do it. Do it. It's
Not the greatest reader, and especially not out loud.
oh, I know that's my problem. That's why I won't do it on stream. It's because I don't read things out loud, and that's why I love games with voiceovers. Because then,
Right.
otherwise, it's like if I'm playing a game that doesn't have voiceovers, here's what you're going to see while I'm playing it: me just reading it. Like I need to get better at reading shit out loud. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you this much: as far as Doki Doki is concerned, it would be good to see you stream it for your reactions more than you reading it.
Okay.
But if you don't want to, that's fine. Stream it, that's fine. But you do have to play it. I can't stress that enough. You do have to play that game.
Like I said, I have it.
Yeah.
Because I got it free from PlayStation. I just haven't done anything with it.
And they do give you the option. How can I go in and say this without going into too much detail? They do give you the options to, before certain things happen, it will alert you as sort of like a trigger warning.
Okay.
But you can turn that off.
Is it defaultly on?
I don't remember. I
Okay.
don't remember. I think when you start a game, it asks you if you want it on or off.
Okay.
But just to be safe, before you start the game, go into options and turn that off. So, but yeah, it's such a good game. Like I said, I just started replaying it the other day. So,
did you?
Yeah.
I'll have to try and find it slotted in there.
And then last week when we were talking about Sleeping Dogs, and you remember how I said I'm gonna go download that and play that again. Right. I re-downloaded it, played it about for 15 minutes, and I'm just like, God, the controls are so janky on this now. And then I actually experienced something that I've never experienced before for the first time, because it's a PS4 game. It literally said when I don't remember if it was like right before I started playing it or whatever, but a thing popped up that said, you may have problems playing this game on a PS5. I've never seen that before. And I think that's what was causing the janky controls. It was weird. So, but yeah, which was a shame because Sleeping Dogs is a fantastic game.
And they don't have a remaster or a remake or nothing, right?
No, they don't. They should, but they don't. So,
gotcha.
But I think that's everything I wanted to talk about for the day. And I mean, we had the Looker, which was fantastic. We had Angel, which was a nice surprise guest.
Yeah, that was nice.
We converted a couple other people to Beam as well, and it's been a successful day.
Yeah, we got the 2 hours in. I was like so stressed about that we wouldn't have anything, and we didn't have any articles to talk about. So I was like,
what articles did we literally have? We made fun of Twitch, and we had GameStop making fun of themselves.
Yeah,
that was it. That was it, and we didn't crash and burn.
Yay!
Plus, we debuted our intro.
Which since we did debate, since we showed the new intro, here are the outtakes.
Oh God, let's do this. I would like to welcome fucking shit. God damn it! Fuck. God, fuck. 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 Mm. God damn it. I am a family man and what? I don't even fucking know. Yeah. I like how you only include mine.
I didn't have any of those though. Like I said, like I just repeated my same like script each time until I got the best version of it.
Mine was all on the fly. And
yeah, I tried to do that, and I was like, I would pick out little things each time I did it. I'm like, oh, I like the way I said this. I like the way I said this, and then then I ran it through, and then even when I went on the cutting room, like I took some of my stuff out, like I took the board games out. I took that, welcome to the shenanigans or something, or talking about how we go from $80 games to Viagra. I took that out. I'm like, okay, I can cut myself. I have no problem with that because it didn't fit for that. That sounded more like a promo, which I think I'm going to try and put together a promo too with that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, like I said, if I had the record on the whole time, you would have probably had enough to do another 5 minutes of that super clip of swearing, because yeah, I just I was horrible.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, you're gonna make a super clip of it. I'm like, yes,
I am now.
Send me a DM. All right, I will check that out.
But yeah.
A new magic set. Thank you, Slayer. I will check that out.
There you go.
But I love, yeah, I love you were hitting yourself. I'm like, oh, that is going in there so hard.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't include the one where I was like,
I thought about it, but I was like, no, the other one's better.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I put it here or do I put it at the end? I'm like, nah, right here is fine.
Yeah, I was still waking up at that point. I was like, I was up till about 5 o'clock this morning, and then woke up at like 11, and I've been going since. That's why I was like, let me wake up a little bit, and then I'll bang one out.
Right.
And that's
why this morning I didn't have anything else to do. I had already edited all my other videos. I'm like, all right, let me sit down and actually start to piece this together and figure out how to do it.
All right. Well, I'm glad that it turned out. And like I said, I'll do a better one later, but
yeah, and I think Cyclops needs to do a little better on the introduction. That's just me nitpicking. If he's fine with it, I'm fine with it. Me nitpicking, I wish he would say I'm the first co-host, or
right.
But again, we were trying to get this rushed out
for today.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it might change.
Are you going to stream anything tonight?
I don't know that because our World of Warcraft crew has kind of taken a break since we finally took down the big boss of this season. And yesterday we ran through and just killed the first, like the 4 bosses we needed to. So they haven't said what we're going to do. We might take a break tonight. If so, I still might stream, but it might be like I'm hoping that they're not, so I can go do that Chronicles of the Wolf.
You can do some Doki Doki.
I could.
Fucking Doki Doki. I swear, me and Cyclops, we're gonna team up and keep
until I play it, huh?
Poking you until you play it. Yeah. I'd like to say that I'm gonna stream tonight, but who knows? Who knows? I'm leaning towards
your Twitch or X.
Yeah, to my X, yeah, or my follow me on my channels.
That's the word.
But yeah, but I'd like to say that I'm going to. I have everything set up and ready to go.
Did you ever find out what happened to your?
I have no clue.
Whether it was Windows or OBS or what was going on there.
But ever since then, I've not had any problems. I mean, I now have it all backed up.
Right, you've learned your lesson.
I also actually have it saved in Meld as well, in case OBS decides to go tits up completely, I've got Meld now as well. But yeah, no clue. But I do have everything set up and ready to go, so it's just a matter of me actually, not being lazy and starting a stream.
Or yeah, I mean, I guess that's the other thing I always think about. It's hard to start a stream. Like you got everything ready, you're sitting at your thing, you're about to press that button, and it just like that hesitation or whatever just washes over you. Like, oh, I can't do this. And then as soon as I get it on there and I start talking, and people start coming in, then it's everything's fine. But you
Yeah.
have a slight second of, oh, I can't do this.
Well, see, there's that, and then my whole other thing is like, do I want to get off my couch? Like I've got my PS5 Pro and my big screen TV right here, or do I want to trudge up the stairs, turn on my computer,
Right.
and so I'd like to say that yes, I am definitely streaming tonight, but I don't know for sure.
Couldn't you also just stream and not have your face if you just wanted to do it from the couch?
I could, but there'd be like no camera, no mic, because my wife's bedroom is like literally the wall behind me, so I can't really talk and everything. Whereas upstairs, it's just my room. And like my kids' room is across the hall, but they sleep with a fan on, and they're dead to the world once they fall asleep. And then,
right.
And then,
as kids are.
Yeah, and then my wife can't hear me downstairs, so
gotcha.
It's just just me being lazy.
Yeah,
that's pretty much everything. That's why I have a beard, because I'm lazy. I don't shave. Like it's that's why I'm a sometimes streamer. I'm lazy. I just I get to the urge, and I'm just like, So
yeah, I mean, I kind of get the other way. Like with all the streaming I do, I'll be like, oh man, it'd be nice if I didn't have to get on there. But it's on my schedule. I just gotta push through, and then like I said, once I get on, I'm okay.
And then that's just it. It's like I'll get these spurts where I'll be like, I want to stream, and then I'll stream, and then I'll be like, I'm streaming the next day. And then like, when Lost in Random came out and Cyclops popped in, he's like, look at you streaming on a Tuesday morning. And I'm like, and like,
right.
And that's
I missed that one. I didn't get the notification when I was at work.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I kind of don't set a schedule, because then I would have to adhere to it. And I feel like if I don't adhere to it, then I'm just like losing or pissing people off. Like I haven't done Fragpunk Friday the last 2 Fridays in a row either.
Yeah, I noticed you didn't do this week's. I knew last week was because you had family issues,
family obligations. Yeah, no, this week it was I slept. I came home from work and I crashed, and and that's literally it. And so, it's like that's the other reason why I don't set schedules, because I never keep them.
Yeah. I mean, I will say that I'm burning the candle at both ends. Like, so with the streaming, and then especially this week, I'd get off stream, and since I'm not going directly to YouTube anymore, I have to then I let it have OBS record while I'm streaming out. So then I have to take that video, cut it up, and upload it, and get it ready to go. Luckily, the DaVinci Resolve, once I go to export it, I got it so that it just goes straight to my YouTube, so I don't have to have that 2-part thing. Because there was one I did my Indiana Jones. It was a 5-hour stream, and then it took literally a whole fucking day to get it to go to YouTube.
Oh, I bet
everything I was doing there, I was like, Jesus Christ! I'm like, this could have been like done at night, like when I was sleeping.
So sleeping, yeah.
I set up DaVinci Resolve so that it finally just sends it straight there.
Okay.
But yeah, doing that, and then getting up in the morning, and then as I'm getting ready for work, I'll come in here and set the video up. Put all the tags in it, put it into the schedule when it's going to go out, and I'm like, God damn, this is a lot.
Yeah. That's why I always say, streaming is more of just a hobby for me. I know Cyclops is dead set on,
he
growing.
Wants to make it his job.
Yeah, and more power to him. I wish him all the luck, and I'm there every step of the way for him.
Right.
That's not me though. Like I'm the sometimes streamer.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
And it is just a grind. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the time. You have to have no views. Like we're starting to get views on my, my YouTube.
Yeah.
Especially this show has been the most viewed thing off of my YouTube.
Yeah. I believe it. So, yeah, I've been kind of peeking at the live viewers throughout the stream, and it's like you and Cyclops, both your Twitches have picked up the most. And then we actually do have one viewer on the Garbage In, Garbage Out Twitch.
Okay.
So, that's awesome. So,
yeah, like the last episode, we got 32 views. And then, like I said, the one before that, some reason, we got 57 on episode 14. That was the State of Play and Summerfest review one. We got 57 on that one.
Nice. Cool. Alrighty. Well, I think that's a good day,
Yeah.
and
we've been doing the long goodbye again.
the old Midwest goodbye. Well, suppose I should get going. And you know what that is, right? The Midwest goodbye. Are you familiar with that term? Okay.
Yes.
It's kind of the opposite of the Irish goodbye. So, which I am actually a pro at doing. But yeah. So I guess that's all I got, And
Yeah.
next week we should have Cyclops back, and
Yep, just follow us on our channels. I will be streaming all next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, usually at 4 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, and I might stream tonight. And like I
roll
said,
the dice, folks. You could almost take bets. That's how we'll make our money.
Place your bets. The like I said, the best way to find out what I'm up to is follow me on X. Which it's just at KoimiaX, and I post when I'm going to go live. I'll usually post, like, if I'm going live tonight, I would post live first thing in the morning. Hey, I'm going live tonight. And then like half an hour before I go live, I'll post another thing that says, okay, half an hour, I'm going live.
Right.
And then I'm not good at actually posting when I am live. I'll give that half hour warning, but then that's it.
That's all you get.
Yeah, that's the best way. Or, actually follow my channels and turn on those notifications so that you get the alert then that I'm alive.
Usually your Discord's pretty good about saying when you're live, so that's another reason I know.
My Discord is set up to shoot out a message to everyone, and then, of course, my channels have their own alerts, like that say I'm live. So anyway, I think we should end it on that note, and because I know my kids are going to start going, what are we doing for dinner here in the next 15 minutes or so? It's going on 5 o'clock, and so I'll go take care and be the dad by day.
Yay!
So
yep. And hopefully tonight I'll be streaming something. I don't know if it'll be World of Warcraft or another game.
Well, if you end up doing that Wolf one, I'll pop in and check it out, because I've never even heard of that, and it sounds interesting.
Oh, it's fun.
Cool.
All right. Alrighty. With that, we will be back here next Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, and 12 p.m. Pacific time. We hope to see you in the next episode. Have a good one.
Self-plug.
There you go. You can bring it on screen too. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, just chatting, because that's what this is. So, alrighty. But yeah, you all have a good night.
Yep. Have a good one, everyone.
See ya.
Laters.
Good night, everybody.